The second one was the gargoyles.
Oh, that's
The
right. I
first
forgot
one-
that we straight up just bailed on that room. All right, so we got through all three doors. We just have the rest of this hallway and whatever's down it, and then the center hallway off the main chamber.
Correct.
Yeah. And who knows what's further down this fucking hallway.
Hey, there's Anthony right on time.
Hey.
I don't know why y'all acting I'm late. We know start time 7:45. I'm actually early.
All right, then. If you guys are ready to roll, we'll start this recap. It's going to be a quick one, as you know, it just happened to be one of those types of sessions last time. Yeah, so with this recap. Last session began with the party deep within the dark, dusty corridors of a dungeon, slowly backing out of a room determined to be full of rotting crates and barrels, some damn good wine, and mimics, and closing the door behind them. Venturing back to the entrance, picking a different corridor, and moving onward through the dungeon. Several traps and doors were then encountered. Renwick solves a Sphinx's riddle. The party discovers some gargoyles waiting in ambush. Easily are avoided. And then encountering a pair of Death Knights standing vigilant guard over a lone chest. The party acts. Combat ensues, the party, having underestimated the strength and ferocity of the Death Knights, still managed to procure the contents of the chest and then escape the room, closing the door behind them. Most of the party, battered and beaten from the experience, seek a bit of shelter and a short rest within Logos's rope trick spell. And that is where we are now. So, Logos, if you will, go ahead and tell us kind of what does it look like in this little like mini pocket dimension, this like mini plane of yours that you've created for everybody that they're all currently hanging out in, catching their breath and patching their wounds.
I always imagined that it's just like a dark space. Nothing there, nothing like nothing special to it. It's just like a dark space where you can just relax. So, and the light from within the hallway or within the other dimension kind of lights up the space, or we get a little fire going or whatever. But yeah, though it's just like a blank pocket dimension in my head.
Nice.
So, how's everyone feeling? It's about that time. We got about 5 minutes till the hole closes, and we will be thrown out into the hallway regardless. So, about that time that we should be heading down.
Well, I feel a little bit less like shit. So that's good, I guess.
If it makes you feel better, Gladiator, you look like shit. So, at least you look how you feel.
I mean, that's fair.
And Logos will like get the rope and drop it down and start shimmying down the rope. About 3 minutes now. I'd recommend getting down before you fall on your head or ass. And when he gets back into the hallway, Logos will just want to take a look around, see if anything's changed, make sure those damn things are still behind the door, and if they're still banging to get out.
Go ahead and give me some. Go get a perception check.
$17 total.
As far as you can tell, nothing particular has gone by. There's no like tracks in the dust or anything, just those of yourself and your comrades. And you currently do not hear the once banging and screaming death knights, all is kind of eerily silent once again.
Luggers will kind of give an all good up to the party and just kind of step to the side, let them all shimmy down.
Renwick wants to prepare himself, so when the hole ejects me, I want to do like a cool 3-point landing out of the hole for style points.
All right, give me an acrobatics check real quick.
That's at 28. I think he's riding the adrenaline high of having almost died in that last room.
Oh yeah, you pull off the 3-point landing and everything. Epically look up and somehow like a bit of a breeze kind of manages to make its way down this corridor. Just enough to like billow your cloak.
And cue wink.
Sliding down the rope, Lil Chris would have used prestidigitation to make just a farting sound. And just come out and say, "Yep, that's because I'm the shit."
Oh, you also smell like shit, if that makes it any better.
Later will follow down. Locris, you apparently you smell like shit. I look like shit. We're all just a group of shits.
Well, no,
Oh,
but
you
you
can't
look
trust
cool
his
as
nose.
shit.
Blade's gonna come down the rope last and just kind of do like firemen, like kind of coming down the pole, sliding, or coming down the rope, but having Archie on his shoulder, kind of flapping his wings to propel the smell away, if that's what he's feeling might be there.
Like your own personal fan.
He really is.
All right, as you guys kind of make your way back into this long, dark, dusty corridor, what's the plan from here? Let me know how you guys proceed.
Lil Chris will come up over Logos' shoulder and say, "What do your elf eyes see?"
No tracks, and it's nothing other than what we've already seen. But Archie did die a couple feet ahead, so safe bet there's something there. And Logis would want to move up very cautiously and try to find what killed Archie.
Renwick would be up there with you, like standard procedure, like we've been doing for the rest of the dungeon. But this time, I'm gonna take an ever burning torch with my mage hand and send it out 30 feet ahead of
And I
Logus.
still have the lantern up to the one that it reveals invisible objects and or people.
Okay, yeah. As you guys proceed forward, go ahead and give me some perception checks.
$25.
21 for Logos.
Very nice. So Renwick, you kind of notice it first, but Logos, for sure, when you get your lantern's light upon it, a bit down the hall, probably. Let me count here. You're looking at probably another 80, maybe 90 feet down this hallway. Renwick, you notice as your torch is kind of mage handing out, it stops. It collides with something solid, and you see like a brief shimmer of maybe a lever or perhaps some switches. You can't really tell. But then as Logos kind of approaches with the lantern, it reveals that the entirety of this hallway looks to be sealed with like some sort of like vault door. It looks to be made of a particular kind of metal, and it has many levers, knobs, dials, buttons, and things upon it. And yeah, it looks to be a solid metal object, but it is clearly invisible. You do not see it without the help of Logos's lantern.
What the hell are we looking at here, Captain? Some kind of trap door?
Well, I mean, if it's a vault that is magically invisible, then logic stands to reason that whatever's in there was worth keeping safe. And I guess Renwick will call back to the party to have them move forward. Since Locris is a lot more, I guess, arcane based. He's kind of our magic man. And he'll relay the situation to the team.
So there's all sorts of levers, buttons. But is there anything to tell us, maybe give us a clue on to how they operate? Or are we just going to start pushing buttons?
You can go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
16 plus 3 for 19.
Lokers, you kind of somewhat can make heads or tails of this machine as you kind of look at it. It appears that these levers, these dials, these switches, these buttons, they all interact in some way with like some of the piping and things that you can see kind of going around. It appears that you are directing both a water source through these pipes and an electrical, like, power source through these pipes, navigating these switches, dials, levers, and so on and so forth. And it would appear to be that it is navigating both correctly. Looks to be the key to opening this vault-like door, but you would have you could make an attempt if you would like, but you gauge that you will have to kind of correctly gauge where these elements are kind of going as you kind of with Logos's light you can see what should be invisible, but you can also kind of see beyond that. Like, the hallway doesn't look like it ends. Like, if you're not looking at this giant vault-like door, it looks like the hallway continues for quite some time, but you can see like piping going back behind this door and things. So it's like almost semi-ethereal, not quite in the direct light, but close enough to be revealed. And you can assume that it will. You think you got a good gauge on it. You could probably make an attempt to open this door.
All right, so it looks like we're moving elements, water, some sort of power. Not quite sure what it is, like lightning contained. I just got to get in the right spot, right amount to pop this bad boy open. Everybody feeling risky?
Oh, fuck it. Why not? We survived the Sphinx and 2 hard-hitting dead people. What can an invisible door do?
Don't say that. Now you just jinxed us.
Yeah, why would you put that out into the universe?
Guys,
Why?
it couldn't possibly get any worse.
You piece of shit.
Not even God himself can stop us from getting through this door.
Even
pat you on the back.
exactly. Gladiator almost died. I mean, the worst thing is that he actually dies.
I'm just gonna take the
I don't
time
know what's.
for this.
I'm just gonna stand about like 10 feet back. Let you guys do your thing.
I don't know what's scarier, those nights we just saw, or Logos's optimism, because they'll both kill you pretty quickly.
I have walked into 2 traps so far, so maybe I'm not the best judgment of what we should do, but all in all, we're still alive, so Like I said, it can't get any worse.
The man's got a point. And we make a pretty decent team, so we'll put our heads together. And Renwick's going to pop his potion of Fox's Cunning.
Okay, yeah, you guzzle it down, and for the moment, things just seem to be happening on a faster level in your mind. Synapses are firing that weren't quite there before, and you just kind of have a better understanding and awareness of your surroundings.
And we will try to open up this vault.
Okay, so Locris, as you go about this little situation with this vault, we're going to call this an intelligence saving throw to kind of negate, we'll say like a series of instances where you are switching from dials to levers to buttons to switches and maybe back again to try to direct these two elements in the direction you would like them to go.
If this is a saving throw, he gets a +3 because I only moved 10 feet backwards. So he's still technically within 10 feet of me.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Oh, 19 plus 3 for 22.
Okay, so as soon as you hit the first button and pull the first lever, excuse me, you feel the machine come to life. It hums with a sort of arcane energy. And as you go about, flipping a switch here, adjusting a dial there, you correctly kind of direct both this power source and this fluid through this machine, and it gradually opens up a bit, but not quite what you were expecting. It opens up to like another panel or two of gears and levers and buttons and knobs, and you step in just ever so briefly, and you kind of continue to adjust these levers and knobs. And what you do notice as you pull these, adjust the machine accordingly, is that it kind of opens up for you to step into it. You step into it, continuing your way, and then it closes behind you. There's a brief moment where you are kind of stuck inside this machine. You hear it thrum and hum with energy and all these moving parts about you. But you continue on, continue adjusting these levers and things, and the other side opens up and reveals to you a dark, long, dusty corridor once again. But you did notice that it kind of resealed its way. It sealed you in, essentially. Like it'll be difficult to move more than one at a time through this particular obstacle.
Do I see anything that looks like it would open the doors, or?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Nope. That's a 5.
Unfortunately not. You can see from this angle, you can see through most of the machine, but it's kind of blurred by Logos's light. It is like semi not invisible. Like it's being shined on by the light, but not directly. So it's more like ethereal. You can tell where it the outline of this invisible structure is, but not quite the structure proper.
So I'll yell out. Are they able to hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to have to go one at a time. Listen carefully, and I'll tell you what levers and buttons I pushed, and hopefully you guys are able to understand and follow directions. Just to give advantage on their rolls.
No, I think Gladier should go first. I mean, he can't possibly die 2 days in a row.
Yeah, one of those lightning never strikes the same spot twice kind of things, right?
I mean, I guess. As long as Locris is telling you what to push, what can go wrong, right?
That's the spirit, buddy.
I'll give him a thumbs up, and when he turns around, I'll just look back at Logus and shake my head.
What could go wrong is he's a big, clumsy oaf that'll hit something because he's so large. Flip a liver by accident.
Later, we'll walk up and wait for Locus's instructions.
Okay, yeah, with Locris kind of guiding you, you can make this intelligence save with advantage as you kind of try to navigate your way through this machine.
That's not terrible. It's a 15.
So as you kind of go about, you flip a few switches, you pull a few levers, everything seems to be going fine. But as you kind of move along, the machine starts to hum. You feel it kind of like come to life as switches are being flipped and levers are being pulled. And as you reach out and seemingly to obey a command from Locris, who can't quite see what you can see, for the record, you push a button and it appears to be incorrect. A bit of a starts going off. Gladiator, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's my fucking forte right there. It's a 9.
With that, Locris, you kind of get a bit of a show. It looks like the power source for this machine is a large, like, copper box. It looks to have some coils sticking out of it. And you clearly see this thing launch like an arc of electricity from this very battery-like structure, and it slams into Gladiator, who has not quite actually made any progress. And let me do that in chat. Gladiator, this bolt of lightning strikes you down, and it hits you for 51 points of total damage, and it ricochets off the ceiling, off the floor, and down the hallway. I need everybody else who is not Locris to also give me dexterity saving throws.
Nat 20 for a 29.
You dive out of the way. Doesn't even come close to you, Renwick.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Natural 20 for Blade as well.
Blade and Renwick kind of do like some Matrix bullet dodge shit and do not even get touched by this electric rod just bouncing around.
Jumping high five.
I rolled a 17 total.
17 is not enough, Logos, unfortunately, but you don't take the full brunt of the damage, quite like a Gladiator did. Well, I rolled all right on it, actually. 38 total electric damage, or lightning damage, as this bolt of energy bouncing around kind of finds its way to you.
No, the one on your other right. That was kind of shocking.
And Glader just like coughs up a puff of smoke. Sorry, guys. I think I pressed the wrong button. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Logus was just on his back behind him. What the fuck happened? I didn't even see what happened. I just got hit by something. He's got the wind knocked out of him.
I told you jinxed us. It's your fault. Okay.
Fuck this. Lady, no. Fucking stop. Let's go. Fuck no, Chris. Let's leave.
And later we'll try again. We'll keep pushing forward.
As you kind of interact with the door, the machine, the levers, and things, nothing seems to be responding, Gladier. And you don't quite get the hum and the energy of the door that you had before. It doesn't seem like anything is going anywhere.
Guys, this isn't good. He's gonna try and turn around and see if he can just walk back, or are there like levers and buttons behind me as well?
You didn't quite get into the machine as Locris did. You kind of
I didn't
botched
either.
it upon opening. So yeah, Locris made it through, but you actually didn't manage to get as far.
I didn't get anywhere at all. Locris, buddy, is there anything on that side to maybe reset this? Because nothing's working over here.
Little Chris will go take a look at the power box that I saw light up.
Okay, go ahead and give me either an Arcana or Investigation. Your call.
It's the same. 20, dirty 20.
Locris, you note that it looks like this small contraption looks to be struggling, like it's trying to maybe power up. You see a spark here or there, you hear like a faint hum, and maybe the flicker of one of these ethereal lights, but it doesn't quite have the energy it needs. It looks like it is somewhat recharging. But as you kind of inspect with a dirty 20, it looks like most of the gears and things that you can see through in this machine, even though if it is somewhat ethereal, they all look to be, slack. It looks to be like the forces holding the door closed are probably not engaged. You assume someone Gladier size might be able to power their way through the door currently.
All right, so this thing is like a sick hamster trying to power up a windmill. So you could wait, but it might be a few years before it's ready to open. But it also looks like there's no power going to the doors. So I think you might be able to just yank them open from your end.
And Renwick's going to start shadow boxing in front of Gladier, trying to get him pumped up so that he can muscle his way through the door.
Blade is also going to throw a little bit of inspiration towards Gladier and be like, Gladier, I know you blew it, but use your strength to help us get through it.
Okay, yeah. No, I got this. I just got shocked and yeah, it's just electricity. I got this. It's fine. Ah, shit. All right, yeah, he's gonna just walk up and try and yank it open.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Woo, that's good. That's 19 on the die, +4. How long does inspiration his like bardic inspiration last? A minute?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Kind of want to save it just in case there's something else that goes wrong, because that's a 23 total for the strength check. Yeah, I'm gonna save the inspiration just in case something happens within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it groans and you hear the metal bending as you kind of grab it firm and give it a good tug once, twice, a second time, third time, and finally it does break free. And kind of as you kind of throw this massive door off to the side, it is filled with like gears and pumps and wires and things. It's not like a straight shot. There's about 10 feet where you just kind of have to force your way through sprockets and different gears, and you hear things break and pop and shatter as you kind of force your way through this like conglomeration of junk now, essentially, and you make your way towards Locris, and with a good final kick, you kind of hit the backside of this machine off, and you have managed to kind of like bore your way through this tunnel of like gears and small gizmos and gadgets and things. but you have essentially made your way through it.
Yeah, I picture him just getting like pissed at this contraption for shocking him, electrocuting him. So like he just forces his way through, and there's just like a glider shaped hole now in the hallway leading to Locris.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he'll just kind of like look back through the hole and just kind of like do a little bow and just kind of like extend his arm, like waving the rest of the group forward.
I'll stroll right through.
Same with Blade.
As you guys kind of stroll through this hole Gladier has made in the machinery, it is only, maybe 20, 30 feet on the other side of this machine. On the left-hand side of the wall here in this corridor, you all see a stone set of double doors with the, it looks to be a symbol of an eye has been etched into them.
Didn't we come across a door with an eye on it already? Anyone remember? Or am I tripping?
We have a question mark, smiley mask, sword and shield. I think that's the only engravings we've seen on skull, a drop of water, and crate and barrels. So no eyes yet.
Logus, once he enters the room, will kind of do his usual due diligence and look around the room, make sure there's no glyphs, no tripwires, no something lurking in the shadows type deal.
Yeah, Renwick's gonna join him to make sure the room is safe.
Okay, both of you give me perception checks.
Also, just real quick, does the hallway continue past the eye door, or is it kind of end and there's just this door on the left?
The hallway does continue on. Go ahead and, the hallway does continue on from what you can see, but 10, 15, 20, 25, about 30 feet past this door, the hallway comes to an abrupt end. It just looks to be like a dead end.
Okay.
What were your guys' perception checks?
16.
14.
So as you guys kind of take a peek around, there does not appear to be any glyphs anywhere, aside from this, eye carved into this set of stone double doors. Looks like a similar doors that you've seen. It looks like a similar keyhole. This keyhole's particularly right in between, right in the center of the eye. And as far as you can tell, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Just the dark, dank tunnel and a strange stone door.
Well, no better time like the present, and I'll go check the door for traps and then try to pick the lock.
Okay, give me an investigation check. And
Logus will also do his usual helping out, put his ear towards the door. One, if he hears anything inside, and two, to help Renwick with picking the lock.
And I'd have the potion of Fox's Cunning, so I actually have advantage on, I believe it's intelligence checks right now, so.
oh, nice.
First one's a 4. Second one's an 18, though.
It does not appear to be trapped, but it is for sure locked. Logos, go ahead and give me a perception check as you kind of listen up for what you can while Renwick goes to pick the lock. Renwick, go ahead and give me like a sleight of hand with some proficiency.
That's a 5 for a 13.
Does he get advantage though? because I was hoping.
You did say you had your ear to the door to listen for locks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
can
was.
take advantage. Go ahead.
Also, I got a 26 perception.
That's a 7 for a 15.
Well, with that, Logos, what you mostly hear is Renwick fiddling with this lock and being unable to unlock it. But even with that roll and your keen elven ears, it's pretty hard to hear through thick stone doors.
Renwick will just turn around to Locust and be like, well, buddy, tried to save you, but I think we might have to use a chime for this one.
Wait. We do have a big boy here. Gladiator, do you maybe want to try seeing if you can kick it? Maybe loosen it a little bit?
You guys hear silence for a moment before I guess you all turn around and just see me like huddled in like the other side of the hall, like holding onto my uh, uh, Jesus Christ religious symbol. Forgot the word for that for a second. Just like glowing gold, healing myself really quick, and just I like look up real quick. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Just that lightning bolt really fucked me up. Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
just
my
over in the corner touching yourself while we're trying to get through this door?
I wasn't touching myself. I was laying my hands on myself. So yes, I was touching myself.
I like to think there's just like a golden glow when you're like facing the wall away from us.
Yeah, and then Glitter would walk over and I guess try and is it like a open inwards, like towards us or away from us kind of door? Because I'm assuming there's no door handle, so if it was opening towards us, that would make it a little bit harder.
As far as you could tell, well, go ahead and give me an investigation check there, Gladiator.
I had to open up my fucking mouth. Investigation. That's not terrible. It's a 14.
You are unsure as to which way this door opens.
All right, fuck it. With a, not sure if I can, uh, up to your discretion, but with a 14, would I have been able to see, or if I remember there being any sorts of like hinges on the other doors, or is it just kind of like because we've opened other doors, so can I remember how those opened?
I'd say all the doors up to this point are have been on large iron hinges, and all of them seem to have swung inward.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick the one inward. So I'm just gonna pick the left side of the door because I feel like pretty much most doors that open away from you into the room are on the left side, and I'm just gonna give a swift, hearty kick to like right between, like right at the spot, like the edge of the door where it meets the wall on the left side.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check.
And I feel like that 10 minutes is getting close, so I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one probably.
All right, yeah.
That was, I shit you not, another 19. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna use it before I lose it. It's a D8 now.
Correct.
Blade?
Yep.
Yeah. So well, that's a 2. That's still better. That is a 26 strength check.
As you go for a boot to this door, you hit it firm and you hit it hard enough to it seems to shake the temple that you guys are in, and the stone kind of cracks underfoot. And with one mighty blow, you seem to have done some serious structural integrity damage to this door. It looks to be barely hanging on, and Renwick, the locking mechanism you were fucking around with, just flat out falls out of the door, hits the hallway with a loud tink tink tink, and the door kind of gives just a bit, only about a half inch or so, but no longer appears to be thoroughly locked.
Well, that is door number 2 that I've opened for you guys. I feel like that somewhat is starting to make up for all the doors that you have opened for us, Renwick.
Well, I'll take that.
But I'm not looking in there. Plus,
I mean,
I can't see it.
I guess we'll go the normal ever burning torch with Mage Hand, send her out, and take a peek in the room.
From what you can see from the doorway, you are looking at another long, dark corridor that banks to the left.
So the door opened for like you said it was like half an inch. It was a very small amount.
Correct. And then Renwick pushed the door open, holding a mage hand, having a mage hand hold a torch out as I assume 30 feet because that's the distance on mage hand. So from the doorway, you guys can tell it is a long, dark hallway, and it makes a left turn, a sharp 90-degree turn left.
Logus is gonna start making his way down, but as usual, like do the check for traps or any weird shit.
I assume Renwick is
I'll
in
follow
tow.
suit.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah. Was there, before we go down this new hallway, the other hallway was a dead end, but how far down past this door that we just opened was that dead end?
About 30 feet.
Before we go any further down this, I think I want to take a look at that dead end, just in case. I mean, people don't build in dead ends like that for no reason. Seems out of place, doesn't it?
Well, it didn't until you said something.
I mean, why would they build the additional 30 feet down the hallway if they weren't going to do anything with it? And he pulls out the wand of secrets.
To entice curious people like you into a death trap, almost certain.
Could be a trap. Could be a well-protected treasure.
Could be two undead creatures looking to kill Gladier.
Well, we'll leave it to a vote. Is it worth risking checking out the dead-end hallway, or should we just carry on with our night? I vote to check.
Logus said it might have undead creatures waiting to kill Gladier. I think it's worth the risk.
All right, that's 2 for yes.
I mean, I don't like your enthusiasm, Logers, but I also am still curious. I mean, we might as well make sure it's a dead end before we continue on down another hallway. We don't want to leave something unchecked.
Logus would just kind of hold his hands up in like defeat and kind of like, all right, you'll lead the way then.
I mean, if it's a dead end, we just turn around and come back to this door. If it's another door, we decide from there.
Gladier, you and I have been taking the brunt of the damage in this goddamn dungeon. I don't want to be hurt anymore, man.
Welcome.
We just got a
maybe
lightning bolt to the fucking chest right now.
Maybe you'll get lucky and there's bullywogs down here. Then you could create another army to go kill all the gnomes in the town.
I already have my bullywug army. Thank you. I don't need another.
Well, while the two of them are bickering, I'm going to walk 30 feet from the end of that dead end and use the Wand of Secrets.
The wand picks up and spins about in your hand and points you in the direction of the dead end, points at the wall.
Does look
Seeing
like
that,
we
Logus.
in fact have a ping down here, boys.
Seeing that, Logus is gonna kind of perk up, and he's gonna take his lantern in his hand and kind of hold it out and follow Renwick. Oh well, if there's certain secrets down here, then count me in. And just kind of like get a little pick me up, a little more giddy because he's taking a shit ton of damage down here. So he's kind of on edge a little bit.
Okay, as you kind of come over to see what Renwick's up to, and you bring this lantern with you, as you shine light on this dead end, it in fact is not a dead end. It is a stone archway leading deeper into the temple or dungeon.
Well, let's say we save that other hallway for later and see where the magical archway takes us.
Safe bet. Every door has led to some kind of room and or challenge. It might make more sense just to clear the door and then head back this way. Because I mean, every time we've entered the door, it's hit something, and then we've walked out the same door. If
I'm
that
just
makes
in
sense.
my head. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to check out every room before we run out of supplies. So my thought process here is the magical archway probably leads to something a little bit more magical than another dark hallway, probably leading to more doors full of things that will kill us.
Blade,
But
how much?
I say
How
we
much
vote.
longer? Blade, how much longer till midnight? What does the hourglass say? Give or take away an hour or so.
Blade's going to pull out the kind of the our timer and take a good look at it.
It's been, if you count your how long is your rope trick spell last, Logos? Half an hour or a full hour?
Full hour.
You guys have been in the dungeon, we'll say, north of 3 hours, about 3.5 hours at this point.
We didn't start it
Like,
until an hour after, right? Right, roughly.
Yeah, roughly. Mhm.
so is that 3 hours with the hour that we missed before we turned it over? So is it 4 hours or is that 3 hours we've been down here total?
You guys sure made that confusing. The 3.5 hours total since you have entered the dungeon is what you can gauge.
Oh, we've only been down here 3 hours. I feel like we've been down here all fucking night.
Yeah, so we got about 20, 21 hours left before that
So,
door. Yeah.
and then it'll close, and then we have another 24 hours. I mean, we have enough food for a few days.
Point of order. Doesn't our friend here have a magical hut? And he kind of gestures over to Blade. In theory, couldn't you pop that up and we can take a long rest whenever we need it? So maybe we try to clear another room or two or check out this archway. And then we pop up the hut, take a nice long rest, get our wits about us.
Yeah. I mean, we could always backtrack because thanks to Gladier's map here, we know which rooms are safe and which are not.
I mean, I'm
But
always up for any of you.
alright, a magical hallway it is. Then it seems. And Logus will kind of hold out the lantern and again do the same, keeping a lookout for anything weird.
Renwick's just going to look at Logus and be like, we got to think of a good code word or something for this technique here because this is kind of becoming a thing. And it seems to work pretty well. And he'll send out his torch with his mage hand to accompany the lantern.
Okay,
Since we're
as you guys kind of step through this archway, it looks like you are only a couple of steps in before the hall ends, and it takes an immediate left. And as you guys make your way down this a hall, it's a short hall, only, let's see, about 40, 50 feet. You come upon yet another short left. And as you kind of glance around this second left-hand corner, you see that red carpet. First of all, this is a hallway that looks to be parallel to the first. Red carpet centers this room from end to end. Stashed and piled up against all the walls of this short hall are piles of treasure. Piles of gold coins spill everywhere. Chests bursting forth with gems and trinkets. Plush couches and chairs that are so laden with with different treasures they are overflowing to the ground. And as you guys kind of look on in awe, you are for sure staring into like a grand treasury.
So this is clearly a trap, right? Everybody thinks this is a trap. Like this is too good to be true.
Very possible. Or we just got very lucky.
I'm thinking it's a trap of some sort.
Question is, are you feeling lucky?
Yep. And Lucas will use Mage Hand to see if he can pick up a gem.
Easy enough. You pick a gem out that you can see nearby. You pluck it from this hoard, and go and inspect it. And yeah, it's a solid gem.
Renwick and Locris will, one by one, just use Mage Hand to slowly loot all of the treasure in a 30-foot range.
A fistful of coins at a time. But yeah, as you guys kind of look on into this kind of, it's got a red velvet carpet down the center, and up against the walls, almost like somebody was trying to keep it off the carpet somehow, is just like piles and piles of treasure. Not only that, chests that seem to be overflowing, fancy furniture that's overflowing. You see a couple wardrobes that are so like laden in gold you probably couldn't even open them. Yeah. So what does the party do from here?
Well, I think we have to walk out there and figure out what's going on.
That does seem to be the unfortunate truth there.
Because if this is a treasure room, let's say it's got all the greatest treasures, if you were to have the Allcaster Stone, there's a good chance it would end up in here. So I think this is the time we got to throw safety, not fully to the wind, but make a stupid decision.
Do you by chance have that fancy magical locating ability of yours? Might come in handy if there's piles and piles of stuff, but it becomes a needle in a haystack kind of thing. You might see right through it.
Yep, I have one charge left on the detect magic.
Does that come back after a long rest?
Every dawn, I get a
Okay.
little bit or a full charge back.
Sick.
Well,
Oh.
you might also be able to locate a specific object too, if it's close enough.
Well, it'll tell me something's magical and sort of what type of magic it gives, but I will pull out the one to detect magic and set off the last charge.
Given the approximate size of this hallway, I mean, you could get most of the room with that charge. So we'll go ahead and say, each of you individually or somebody all at once, go ahead and roll me 5 D100s.
Ooh.
Okay,
Everybody
everyone
drop
roll.
one in chat.
Yeah, if everybody wants to roll one, or somebody wants to roll 5, whatever works.
Somehow rolled a fucking 8 on a D100.
A 53 for Locris. I have a D100. I want to use my tower.
Very nice.
20 for plate.
All right. So, I guess we'll start up there with Renwick. Renwick with a 36. As you're kind of like shoveling your way through these piles of treasure and gemstones and various golden and platinum trinkets, you kind of, this cloak of protection is what you find. Cloak of protection +1, and as you fetch it from this treasure, from this like hoard, thanks to Locris kind of pointing out where the magical items would be. You fetch this cloak of protection from this like pile of treasure that it was kind of wedged under, and you immediately understand, even despite perhaps not being intimate with this object, that it is a cloak of protection. And Renwick, you just now discover that a side effect of the Sphinx's riddle is that you are pretty much running a permanent identify spell until you leave the temple. You have a 24-hour identify spell, just kind of running full steam ahead. That being said, you find the Cloak of Protection +1 Gladier. As you're kind of, Locris is kind of directing you, you find a brooch that seems to glitter and glow with some sort of magical energy. Logos, you come across a very fine, ornate-looking elven bow. Locris kind of directs you to it.
I will say, if I realized that I have the ability to like identify these objects, I would have called out, since I know that everybody else is going on the magic item treasure hunt, just to save you a little bit of time.
Okay,
because I'm sure we'll end up identifying them while we're in this room.
Okay, yeah. So with the aid of Renwick, let me. The brooch you found was a brooch of shielding. Logos, this fine elven weapon, is a +1 elven longbow. Let's see here. Blade. You find a shield called the Sentinel Shield. It is pretty decent, powerful magic weapon there. And then 53 for Locris. Locris, the nearest magical item to you happens to be the Staff of the Python.
So, would the Elven Longbow have any other properties to it, or would it be just a standard +1 bow?
Just a standard +1 bow. Aside from that, each character in this kind of treasure room, I assume you guys can kind of load up and haul out. So, you guys can easily make off with, something along the lines of 5,000 or so, 10,000 or so. Like, how do you guys approach the monetary value? Like, tell me where you guys go from here after kind of finding these magical items.
Prioritize platinum and load up with a reasonable amount. We have 2 bags of holding between Locris and I. And I don't think we have... I think we offloaded most of our loot on our shopping spree right before we came down, so we should have a reasonable amount of room in the bags.
There's almost nothing in my bag of holding.
Yeah, I've been keeping party loot, but most of that stuff is like papers, documents, like handful of potions.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I'll say each character can carry on their person roughly, we'll call it, 5,000 gold pieces worth of trinkets or gold or coins or 500 platinum, whichever you choose. and I'll give you an additional 12,000 coins that can be stored in each bag of holding. So
is that 12,000 per bag or 12,000 total between the two bags?
12,000 per bag and 5,000 per person is what you guys can comfortably carry. If you guys want to try to push it, we might, be able to make, some con saves in the future.
Is there enough platinum in the room to fulfill that for everybody and the bags of holding, or like, do we run out of platinum and start using gold? I just want to make sure that I get the monetary value right for the notes. Because you said 12,000 coins, and assuming the coins are all same size, so we would prioritize as much platinum as physically possible. I assume carry the platinum on our persons and then fill anything left over in the bags with platinum until we run out, and then gold.
So total, you find plenty of copper, silver, and gold, but only roughly 600 platinum. So yeah.
Okay, so 600 platinum. We'll divide that up between everybody, and then I'm assuming everybody's going to max out on what they can carry in terms of gold plus the bags.
I think isn't carrying weight by strength. I'm assuming. I mean, that would make sense. Like if we're doing
Yeah,
encumbrance.
typically your strength is what dictates.
Yeah. I'll just take all gold, and you guys can take as much platinum as you need, because I feel like I'm going to be able to carry the most and not have to worry about encumbrance. So you guys can split the 600 platinum between you guys, and I'll just take 5,000 gold pieces.
All right, I just want to make sure I got it. So, 5 of us, we can carry 500 each, so we have 2,500 coin carrying capacity between us, which means it's 1.9k of gold that we're carrying on our person, plus the 600 platinum, and then an additional 24,000 gold that we can squeeze into the bags. So, damn. All right, we'll work that out. I'll I'll do the math on that and tell you guys. I guess what we net
should be somewhere around 49,000 gold total. Well, I mean, if you include the platinum and everything, about 49,000 is what you can comfortably pull out of this room.
Okay, heard.
Well, that was worth it.
I'm pretty happy we checked that dead end now. Kind of worked out in our favor.
No wallcaster.
No allcaster, but a bunch of fancy new items. That being said, I've already got myself a cloak of protection, but I know that Blade's been eyeing one for a while. I'm pretty sure really anybody could use one of these if anybody wants it.
Blade, I mean, you get first dibs if you want it, but if no one else wants it, I could use it.
I mean, I definitely could use it, but I mean, I don't absolutely need it. Also, I've got this shield here, and he'll kind of bring out the Sentinel shield. I don't know if I'm assuming Gladiator would probably be the best one for this. I'm assuming.
Yeah, let me tell you what that. Sentinel shield.
Well, he's checking that out. What's that fancy new stuff of yours do, bud?
Well, once I become attuned to it, only certain people can. For in our party, it would be me and Logos. But once I speak the command word, I have myself a snake friend that can slither and kill until it dies, and then the whole staff is shot.
Well, I'd say that we were slowly amassing enough animals for an ark, but they burnt our ship in the harbor, so
We
I
can.
think we got plenty for a new one. A fleet going on here.
you're right. We will be buying a new boat.
Well, does anyone else use shields, or is it just me?
Well, I use one.
Why don't you take the Sentinel shield? Because I kind of like my shield, gives me resistance to damage. Sentinel shield will give you advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks.
That's because the shield I currently have is a +1 special shield, so it actually does more than a normal shield. And if we're talking advantage on wisdom checks, I think that'd be more Logos. Or perception checks, that's more Logos. I don't see shit anyhow.
Do you need to be attuned to the shield, Gladia?
I
You
don't
do not.
know. Yeah,
Oh
That's the
yeah,
only
I
one
mean,
that's not attuned.
yeah. It's just a
well,
matter.
do I have to hold it, or can I like wear it on my back and still get the benefit?
While holding the shield.
Yeah, you have to be like
Uh,
wielding. So when you use your bow, which is a two-handed ranged weapon, you wouldn't be able to get the benefits of the shield. I think.
Oh,
Pretty sure.
well,
Yeah.
I could just walk around with the shield and nothing, just so the benefits, and then swap during battle.
That's
Oh,
usually
I
how that would
guess
work, yes.
I would. I guess I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. I guess I'll hold on to the shield.
I've got no use for it, and he'll kind of open it. Kind of open it to anyone that wants to take it, and kind of pointing it towards Logos.
Yeah, why don't you just hold on to it for now? We can figure out details later. Like we can work around more once we're not in a death dungeon. Who gets what?
Well, some of this could probably be used down here pretty effectively, so. And he'll walk over and he'll pass the cloak of protection over to Blade and just wink at him and say, we got to protect our front man.
Also, speaking of which, this brooch of shielding, it's pretty good, but I mean, I guess I could take it. But also, if anyone else thinks they might have more use for it, I wouldn't mind passing it along just for the sake of keeping everyone alive. But while wearing this brooch, which you don't have to be attuned to, oh no, it does require attunement. Never mind. So it does require attunement, but you have resistance to force damage and you have immunity to damage from the magic missile spell.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm kind of attuned to everything I want to be attuned to right now. Don't really want to give anything up, so I'll just hold on to this. And if anyone changes their mind and decides they want it, just let me know.
Yeah, we can always just put it in the pile of things that we'll hawk at the the marketplace when we get back.
Yeah. Okay, and then we all got a fuck ton of gold.
I do want to take time to get attuned to this staff. Because you never know when you might need a snake.
Well, we could take our long rest here.
It's not the worst idea. Get some charges back on our wands and get healed up. Well,
It is a
actually,
very beautiful.
if we expended all the consumables, we might as well get a little bit of mileage out of those. If everybody's already healed back up, maybe we push through one more room, then take the long rest, since we have a portable habitat we can live in.
Well, it kind of begs the question: if we are in a room that is was hidden. I mean, if we were gonna take a rest, it would seem now would be the opportune moment instead of waiting until maybe we can't later.
I mean, that's a fair point. I was just saying so that the potions that everybody just took don't go to waste. But I mean, it's of no consequence to me.
I mean, I think some people have some stuff to attune to as well. I mean, it's up to y'all, of course, but I mean, it seems that we're already in a lavish place that seems relatively safe.
Yeah,
It's
I
also
mean,
very beautiful scenery, and we're not going to be able to carry all this out. So once we leave and they find out everything down here, it's out of our reach. Still put up the hut just for added protection so nothing sneaks up on us, but I think this is the spot.
It also has dim.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Lois, does your hut shunt everything out of it when it's done, or just things that are alive?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Uh, for Logus, does your
Oh,
does your hole like shunt everything out of it, like whether it's animate or inanimate, or is it just alive people?
Alec wants to know if he can just store a shitload of gold in there and then it be there the next time you summon it.
that's smart.
Let me read real quick. You touch the length of rope, and an invisible entrance opens to the extra dimensional space. Extra space. Anything inside the extra dimensional space drops out when the spell ends.
Okay, so it's not. Oh, I'm thinking a portable hole. That's basically like a bag of holding, but a hole. Okay, never mind. Wishful thinking.
Perhaps we could hide the gold in a nearby bush.
Ah, yes. I'm gonna start looking for a bush.
Was that a dig at me right after I gave you a magical
It
cloak?
was 100%.
Yep, you can never go wrong with that plan.
All right, well, it sounds like we're posting up for a long rest there, boys.
So we're hutting it.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, as you guys kind of get ready for this long rest, tell me kind of how you guys set up and like who's taking what watch.
I don't think we need a watch. I think Blade's popping his hut, so we just have a dimensional space that we can chill in.
Yeah. So like,
I don't
are
know.
the
I think it would still be smart to have a watch. Because, I mean, I could get rid of this hut with Dispel Magic in a heartbeat.
Well, we can see out of the hut, right?
Only if you're awake to see outside the hut, yes.
correct?
I'm gonna drop a
Still
map.
think we
I'm
want
dropping a
somebody
map real
looking.
quick. This is the size of the small hall you guys are in. It's not a very big room, but I mean it's laden with treasure. But this is kind of where you're at, and I've kind of drawn out like where the invisible archway leads back to the hall as well.
Okay, so it's about 50 feet by 10 feet. Average 6 foot. Oh, yeah, we can sleep. But yeah, I think the hut would still fit across the doorway. And that'll at least offer us a little extra protection.
I mean, that's fine by me. I think we're just going to have to eat the first 4 hours with no watch because the hut only lasts for 8 hours, and we all need to sleep for 8 except Logus. So if Logus gets up at the 4 hour mark and gives us 4 hours worth of watch while we finish our rest, then everybody's back to full. And I mean, I don't really expect anything to be coming down this hallway, especially with the magical arch. It's kind of like an added security bonus for us.
Yeah, it'll be fine. And after 4 hours, we'd be able to come up with a plan before we got into the thick of it.
All right.
Anybody?
Okay, yeah. So tell me what the plan is from here. You guys just gonna post up on piles of treasure, or are you gonna cast a little domicile spell? Like maybe Logos has some more rope holes everybody can hang out in.
So as far as like the actual like flooring here, how is that made up? Is it like tile or like sand or dirt?
It's stone covered with red carpet in portions of it.
Okay. So I guess Blade is going to kind of maybe I think centralize like the hut. He's going to kind of take a strum of his lute, maybe do a little bit of singing, but nobody can hear it, and it's you just kind of see this movement underground and carpet kind of lifting and popping, almost like there's like a volcanic explosion going on underneath, but then just this rock emerging from the ground, kind of forming this hut.
Waiter's gonna find one of those fancy looking couches and just kind of pick it up and dump all the gold off of it, and then just drag it over into the hut and lay down on the couch.
Okay, yeah, easily done.
Don't hit the doorway arches. They're nice.
All right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as the party beds down for the night, is there anything you guys need to do before you try to claim your long rest?
Other than attunement,
Yeah.
no.
Oh yeah, if you guys wanted to attune to those items, it takes 20-30 minutes to attune to something, but you have plenty of time. You're kind of in a safe spot at the moment.
I think I'm all set.
All right. So, do you guys or do you not set up a watch? Like, what's the arrangement like there?
I think the plan is no watch for 4 hours, and then Logos watches for 4 hours. Because he only has to take 4 to get a long rest in.
Okay. That being said, Blade, where exactly did you put this hut of yours in this room?
So did we decide to put it like basically in the middle of everything, kind of like central between like the dead end and the hallway leading back? And
And it's like a 10 foot by 10 foot hut.
correct, yeah. I would imagine we would have placed it where, if we're looking at the map, the wherever like kind of like the blue marker is the who I can't remember who blue is, kind of center.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Perfect. All right. Well, as you guys kind of post up and get comfortable in this little magical hut, it is not long before you're hear people sawing some logs. Maybe Gladier's the first to go down on his nice comfy couch or whatnot. But as sleep kind of takes you guys, I'm gonna need. Let's see here. Well, I'll try to keep it. I'll try to make it easy on myself. A 2, a 9. As you guys are kind of sleeping in this little hut, Renwick, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
That doesn't sound fun. Okay. 16?
+3. Wait, do we have to be conscious? Let me double check to make sure I have to be awake. Where the fuck is it? Aura protection. Oh, nope. While I'm conscious. If I'm asleep, then he doesn't get the +3.
16 it is.
16 is enough. Let's see here. Blade, I also need you to give me a. Sorry. Blade, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet Jesus. 3.
And finally, Chris, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, my constitution's better. Or my charisma. And my constitution. 18.
So with an 18, you kind of you shirk the effects. Everybody passed. Luckily for you, well, not Blade, but luckily for you guys. As an odd tingling sensation comes over most of you. A blood-curdling, screeching roar, the sound of metal and bone, and nails on a chalkboard. Some inhuman, otherworldly screech echoes through the halls and jolts you all awake. And before you is a terrifying visage. You do not see the hut that was built around you by Blade Silverstring any longer. You guys are kind of out in the open in this particular like little treasure room and whatnot.
Sean,
Yeah.
through Ligament's tiny hut, for Blade's benefit, it does say spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome.
Correct. I'm aware.
Damn.
However,
Thank-
the anti-magic cone of a beholder would completely dissolve the hut in and of itself. And that is what is staring at you from the entranceway of this particular little hallway. Everybody roll initiative.
Well, fuck.
It makes beholders. You're pulling out all the classics, aren't you?
And this was not. We didn't get through our full rest, right? Just asking.
Oh, for sure, no way.
Oh.
He waited an extra minute just for us to finish up.
Did you just edge us on a rest? That's kinky, Sean.
Dirty bastard.
All right.
I rolled a net 20 for 29 initiative.
All right.
18 for a 26.
What a waste of a net 20.
17 for me. Probably one of my higher initiative rolls.
Okay, so I got Logos at a 27 and Locris at a 20. Is there anybody in between?
26 for Renwick.
11 for Blade.
Gladiator's 17. Blade is 11.
Just to save time for our characters, would we know what a beholder is? Like, is it common in our world?
Go ahead and give me like a knowledge history check, I guess. A lot of you, really.
This would have been within an hour of me popping that potion still, right? So I have advantage on intelligence check still.
I'm gonna say this happened a couple hours into your rest, unfortunately.
Damn. All right, fair enough.
I have no idea what it is.
Nope.
Nope.
I
got a
rolled
7.
a 15 plus 1, 16 total.
You may have heard tales of such a creature, but they are few and far between. Only that they are, see much and leave little in their wake.
Logus, these things are horrible. My father used to tell tales of hunting big one-eyed monsters like this. This is bad, boys.
I think Renwick just trying to bring a little humor to the situation. It's like that thing clearly has more than one eye, buddy. Maybe it's not the thing your dad was talking about.
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe
If
he
I
had a
more,
lot of stories. He hunted a lot of things, but he did tell of a story of a one-eyed monster that did some scary stuff. So I hope you're right, Captain. For our sake, I hope you're right.
All right.
I've
Well,
wrestled a one-eye monster before. Very vicious venom.
He likes to spit when he gets excited.
you guys are terrible. So top of the initiative, Logos, you are up first, and you are just kind of staring into the maw of this creature. So, did I not send
Is
that?
it like right in front of me, or is it some distance
The
away?
lot of you were sleeping in the hut that its anti-magic field just destroyed. It is staring right at the lot of you, and you are all kind of huddled together, once sleeping but now awake.
Could I take a free action to kind of look around and see if there's is there any way to close off um since we're looking down a hallway at it, is there anything that can close this potential door that we're looking at since we're kind of trapped in this hallway?
Since you passed through the magical archway, there was only another archway, no doors in this little hall.
And so it's just a 10-foot hallway down and we're trapped here. Hmm. I don't shit.
That is a terrifying visage on the map
Yeah.
there, Sean.
Yeah, I thought we had more room, so now that kind of fucked up my plan. Does it is it like does it seem aggressive? Like can I look at it and see like does it
It's
have
for
murderous
sure.
intent?
Yeah, I won't even make you roll an insight check. Its little tendrils with its eyeballs are flailing. Its one massive eye in its center is bloodshot and glaring at you, and then its maw is like filled with razor sharp teeth. And it's got a horrible wail going on. Like, it doesn't look nice.
And we don't know that we're in. Well, we would know that there's some kind of anti magic going on since the hut's not up anymore, right? Or no, we would just know that the hut's gone, and we don't know why.
As far as you know, you're not sure why the hut's gone.
Um, I'm going to move. I'm gonna move out towards the long way, and I'm just gonna hold an action if it for to attack when it comes through the door, so I'm not in its eyesight.
Okay, so where are you moving from? Like,
I'm moving all the way down the hall towards
Okay.
the back wall.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You kind of sprint down the hall and kind of take position to, ready in action to attack should it enter the room. Let's see here. After kind of Logos goes, one of the eye stalks kind of follows him out of the room or follows him out of view. But as he is no longer in view, the eye stalk snaps back to Blade. And Blade, actually, speaking of, it's weird that I rolled this again because it was this beam or this eye shoots a beam towards Blade Silverstring. However, Blade seems to be the only one of you who did not jump awake at this monster's scream. And still currently, Blade Silverstring looks to be sleeping happily, snoring even.
God damn it. Always a late riser.
Moving on down. Renwick, you're up.
All right. Fun stuff. This is terrifying, but I'm about 25, 30 feet away from it.
Yep, 25 on the money, essentially.
Okay. I'm going to. All right, I'm going to use my movement and my bonus action to dash, and I'm going to get on the other side of the beholder because it's a larger creature. I can pass through its square, and I'm going to attempt to get it to like turn back around down the hallway where the arch is.
Okay, so 25 movement gets you to him. Where do you want to go from there? You want to go around the corner towards the archway, an additional 25?
No, I just want to get on that side of him. I'm going to stay in melee though so that I can take a swing.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You run up and position yourself accordingly.
And all right. Let's go rapier. That's a 17 for a 26.
That hits.
Sick. And I'm fighting him solo, which means sneak attack. So that's going to be 5d6 total with my rapier. 6, 10, 15, 17 plus 6, 23 points of damage. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a d8. One of those. Where did it go? And that's a 1.
So what was that total damage?
Sorry, I'm just double checking my math here. 21 points of damage.
All right, yeah. Carve into him a bit, and a stock seems to get eye level with you, Renwick, after you land a good blow into this very flesh-colored type of a creature.
And I'll just wink at him and say, "Beauty's in the eye of the beholder," right?
Man, I'm rolling this a lot. Renwick, this eyeball unleashes a beam upon you. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun. That's a 6.
As you have this witty remark, and this eye casts this one of these eye stalks casts its gaze upon you, with this an odd beam of energy kind of washes over you, and Renwick, you collapse to the ground, snoring. You have been taken by the sleep spell.
I imagine it's adorable snores too, like a.
Sure. Next up is the Beholder proper. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Well, I'm gonna take 3 random arrays at the party members I can see. So, we'll say one of the eye stalks leans out and kind of focuses in on Locris. Locris, a sickening beam of dark purple energy rockets out of this eye. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Are we currently in his anti-magic field?
Yes.
Uh,
Renwick is not. You guys are.
Eye stalks don't work in the anti-magic field.
Oh, you're correct.
So, I mean, you can have them look away first. You are the GM, just to reprogram it, but
No. I'm reading it right now. It says, at the start of each of its turns, the beholder decides which way the cone faces and whether or not the cone is active. So in order to strike at you, he will, in fact, drop the cone. But good call. Good call.
we use counterspell.
Okay, yeah. What level are you using counterspell?
All my spells are 4th level.
Well, I think we're going to have to roll it out then. Go ahead and give me that Arcana check as you try to power your magic over his.
Nope. And for a dex save, nope.
Oh,
This is
no.
going to hurt.
This is for sure going to hurt.
+3 deck save. His cone is down. Actually, I don't even know if or protection it might be affected by the cone. Then I'm not
I
sure.
rolled a 2.
Oh,
on the
yep.
dex save.
Never mind.
Oof.
Fucked.
+3 ain't
Okay,
helping
so,
shit.
sorry, I had to. There was like some extra reading I had to do here on this little iray for a second. So give me a sec here. We'll roll that in chat because why
That
not?
always
Why not?
sounds
Why not
fun.
horrify you? So with this ray comes 40 points of force damage. There, Locris.
God damn. Hope you attuned to that brooch there.
I was gonna say,
Or brooch.
of course, nobody attunes to the fucking brooch that would have just soaked it up.
You didn't want to say I told you so.
moving on to another one of his eye stalks, takes a look at Sleeping Blade Silver String. And, ooh, that one's not going to be great. Blade, I think you don't have a chance in hell at making a dex save in your sleep. What's the official ruling on that? Does anybody know?
I think you automatically fail because you're unconscious.
Yeah, I think if
Oh,
you're
it's definitely a fail.
auto fail deck save. I mean, you can't roll out of the way of something if you're unconscious. So
Would Archie know?
Archie just pinches you on the tip of the dick and wakes you up.
That's actually a good point. If Archie was around, he could have woke Blade up by like using an action to interact. Like you can wake a sleeping person.
I'd say I would allow it on Blade's initiative for sure.
Or would the sleep have been dispelled by his own anti-magic if he was magically asleep prior to him looking away?
You know what? That's a good point. We'll say that he, using his eye cone, probably just nullified his own sleep spell.
So, I mean, you could say it's at disadvantage on a deck save because he's on the ground, but he's at least awake for a
I'd
fighting
say
chance.
if he's awake and aware, I'll give him a fighting chance because it's a hefty motherfucker. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw there, Blade. But as you come to, you are prone, just so you're aware.
All right, this sounds substantial, so I'm going to roll it in chat.
Also, you get a
Dex
plus
save.
3 from a deck save, and you get a plus 3 from being so close to Gladier.
And a +3 on top of that. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Not going to be good. $28.
28 is enough, my friend.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So this beam of necrotic energy launches out of this eye, and even though you were prone, you managed to do like a full body toss across the ground, and only managed to suffer. Let's see, what is that? 30 half of 30. Well, you passed, so 37 halved of necrotic
18.
damage. So we'll call it 18 or whatever.
Thank the Lord. That could have been really bad.
All right, sorry.
Thank you for your mercy.
Moving on down, another eye stalk makes a glare over in Gladier's direction. Gladier, I would say you have to make a wisdom saving throw, but I don't think you actually do. Are you immune to being charmed at this point?
I am. Charm, disease, and radiant. I'm immune.
So a wave of magical energy washes over you, Gladier, and nothing seems to happen as this beholder kind of roars and frets. It does slowly move closer. It moves about 15 feet down the hall, but that is essentially the end of the beholder's turn, and that will bring up Locris.
All right, so the first thing I would try to do is see if I can summon forth my weapon. Which now that it's not an anti-magic should.
It does work, yes. It comes to your aid.
Uh, I will. He's basically up on us now, isn't he? Based from where he was to where he is.
Essentially, yes, he's right up on you. I'll drop a pit map in the.
All right, then I'll just smash at him with my Morning Star 2 times.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Actually,
Go ahead.
I would Hexblades curse him first, then take 2 swings.
All right, excellent. You got to take a couple steps forward to get into melee, but you do. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
All right. That's 11 plus 9. Dirty 20 for the low one.
Oh, that hits.
Ooh, they're both 7s plus 6, so that's 13 each. And since he's Hexblade cursed, I haven't used it in a while, so that includes my proficiency bonus. So another 3 on each. So that brought it to 16. Nope. No, it was 7 plus 6, 13 plus 3. Yeah, 16 times 2, because it was the same roll for 32 points of damage.
All right, very nice.
And he's going for that central eye if he can.
Oh yeah, as you kind of begin pummeling this creature, it briefly, kind of flinches. It closes its great eye as you come in hard for a grid attack. Locris, go ahead and give me a knowledge history check as you make a couple attacks on this creature.
Uh, 14.
With a 14, briefly, Locris, this creature with its eye closed, briefly resembles what you refer to as the Egg of Doom in the murals in the beginning of this temple.
Noted.
That being said, an eye stalk, after you bash a couple of times, even though the main eye seems to flinch and close, an eye stalk glares at you from somewhere behind this massive flying orb. Go ahead and give me another dexterity saving throw as a green beam of sickly energy strikes out towards you.
Dirty 20.
As this beam kind of washes over you, you feel, a little slower briefly, and as you kind of, shake out of it, and force your way out of this kind of magical field. You feel like bits of like dirt and earth kind of like cling to you and then fall away, almost as if you had been petrified, but you resisted. Moving on down, Gladier, you're up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So just a reminder, Blade is pink. He's on the ground. Lokers is purple. He darted up and attacked. And then Logus and Renwick are still in their same spots, right?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. I think the Glader's just gonna go fucking pure instinct. Move himself upwards and put himself between prone Blade and the Beholder, and just fucking hack at his biggest eye. Just try and damage the main eye
All
if
right,
he
give me some
can.
attack rolls.
Ugh, Jesus Christ. I still have inspiration. It hasn't been 20. No, it hasn't been. The inspiration we got from the pool lasted for 24 hours, right?
Correct. You're only like 5 or 6 hours in at this point, so you're good.
And that was a D10.
Nice try. D6.
Oh, I went the wrong way. I knew it was 1 degree off from Blades. I just wishful thinking that it was on the higher end.
Action.
All right, that is the first attack is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'm pumping a divine smite into that. Burn a first level spell slot, so that's an extra 2d8s. Unless this thing is undead, which probably not. Is it an undead?
Not undead.
Okay. So that is 3d8 total, 1d8 plus 5 slashing. That is 12 slashing damage plus 8 radiant damage for the first attack. And that is my last first level spell slot.
Very nice.
Second attack. Ooh, 18 on the die for a 26.
Oh, that hits.
That burn. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna burn another Divine Smite. I'm gonna burn a second level spell slot. And I think that is 3d8 for that. Divine Smite. Yeah, 3d8 additional radiant damage. So that's 1d8 plus 5 slashing. That's an 8 on the die. So that's 13 slashing damage plus 5 to. Ooh, 3 5s. 15 radiant damage.
So 28 additional damage.
Yes. And then bonus action, I'm going to take a potion of greater healing. Roll that out.
Okay, yeah. As you land a couple of blows true and they explode with radiant energy, this creature's tendrils and eye stalks kind of wobble and waver, and you seem to have drawn some of their ire.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I'm just going to stay there, keep myself between the beholder and blade.
All right, Blade, Silver String, bringing up the bottom of the round. You're up.
Okay. So I. Okay. So Renwick is. I forget what color he is.
Currently, Renwick's the green, and he is currently in the other adjacent hallway and probably snoring loudly.
Okay.
You yourself are prone with Gladier and Locris standing between you and this beast's maw.
All right. So I think I'm going to use at least my movement or half my movement to get up.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And then. Oh, God. This is not easy. Really got to think outside the box for this one. I am going to go ahead and give a little bit, or attempt to give a little bit of inspiration to Gladier.
All right. How do you do that?
I'm just going to kind of go ahead and just say, Gladier, Gladier, I know that you are near. Fight this beholder, if you would, my dear. And yes, a little inspo on him. And then I am going to try a risky move.
I love risky moves. Hit me with your best.
All right, I'm going to try. I'm going to. Fuck. If I've only used my move half my movement. Is there a way that I can get past this beholder using my movement to get past the beholder and use my and still be in line of sight of Renwick?
I will say with a successful athletics or acrobatics check, you could potentially move the remainder of your movement to get to the other side of the beholder.
Could we use an acrobatics?
Yeah, certainly. As you kind of run forth and make a diving roll to try to get by this monster.
15?
15, unfortunately, Blade is not enough. It rolls into your way, and as you kind of enter its space, it positions itself just right to kind of once again knock you prone in the middle of your tuck and roll. So you have now expended the rest of your movement and are in fact prone.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I guess I can't make it really any. I can't make attacks when I'm prone, can I?
You can.
Oh shit. Okay. I guess I am going to. I don't know. I don't think Blade would even know any better. I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna cast dissonant whispers at this guy.
Okay, great. What do you need from
Um,
me?
so it's just gonna be a. I'm just gonna cast it at 3rd level. And I need a wisdom saving throw. And so Blade's gonna just kind of, as he's pushed back to the ground, swing his lute around and just kind of start playing some notes, some like haunting notes, and just saying. And yeah, so he'll. I just need a wisdom saving throw
That's
if it even works.
That's a 22 on the save, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that'll do. And perplexed and confused, Blade will lay there prone, just staring at death itself.
You're kind of laying in between a Locris and Gladier as they kind of stand to do battle with this monster. That being said, moving on back to the top of the round, Logos. The creature never actually entered the room, so you kind of lost your held action. But it is your turn. What do you do?
Use my action to fire at the party. No.
You side with the builder.
Yeah, there's only one way out, gentlemen. I'm sorry. Well, seeing that everyone's kind of standing and fighting, Logus will run back. How much do I have? How far away am I in the opening? From the opening?
30 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna move into the opening, take my attacks, and then move back out.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
I'm gonna use the sharpshooter, my sharpshooter feat that I forget that I have, and take a -5 for a +10 damage.
Okay, for
So
sure.
first one's a 15 for dirty 20.
That hits.
Second is a 13 +5 for 18.
18 hits.
And the damage is first one is 9 points of damage, which turns to 19. And second is 13 points of damage, which turns to 23.
19 and 23. All right. As you land a couple of arrows in this, floating orb eye socket with these stalks, acting like tendrils flailing about.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my 15 feet to move out of the hallway and out of its eyesight, since I see that weird things are happening to those who stay in front of it.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, and as you kind of step out of view, one of these eye stalks takes a gander at Gladier. Gladier, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. Wait, can you be frightened?
I can be frightened.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Sean, I had a question since I'm after Logus in initiative order. When I hit the Beholder, I believe the Beholder went after me, and it averted its gaze away from the party so that one of the eye stalks could cast on them. Would he have averted his gaze to me since I just hit him, therefore nullifying the sleep?
It wasn't that he shifted his gaze, it's that he can choose when to use it or not, and while focusing on the party, he chose not to use it so that he could land
Gotcha.
hits.
Damn. All right. Fair enough.
All right.
I rolled shit, and I used Blade's inspiration and still probably failed. That's a 13.
A 13 does in fact fail, sir. You are currently frightened for the next minute. You may make an attempt to. You may make another wisdom saving throw, DC 16, to try and shake off the fear, but that is actually at the end of your turn only. So. This eye kind of rolls over you, and Gladier, you see the endless void, and you see the most horrible things a paladin can imagine. The fields of Elysium getting raided and taken to darkness. Like the death of Pelor. Horror fighting his last fight as the shadows encroach on his realm. And it's a horrifying scene gazing into this creature's eye. That moving on down, Renwick. You happen to be, sleeping like a baby, cooing quite adorably, might I add. Let me double check. Target awakens if it takes damage or another creature takes an action to awaken it. So, Renwick, you just kind of snore on, my friend. What do you think? What do you imagine Renwick's dreams are like in this moment?
He's imagining buying a new boat, and I assume he's dreaming the whole gang's there, and people from his back, all the first arc, and just basically any significant characters. They're all on the boat, and they're just fucking partying, and he's just snoozing away, and attempting to get closer to that long rest that was interrupted.
As Renwick kind of twitches in his sleep, another eye stalk takes another gander at the already very scared Gladier. Gladier, give me another dexterity saving throw.
Man. Oh, thank God. Natural 20.
As the world kind of slows down around you, you fight the effects of this eye and shake loose. The effects of the slow beam do not seem to take hold.
Oh,
Moving on down. It is the beholder's turn proper, in which you see 3 eye stalks flail about. So, let's get this done right this time. Going at Locris first, since he's so lovely. Let's see here. More kind of the same. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, Locris.
It's always a dex in it. Dirty 20.
Once again, the fighting off the effects of a petrification ray. Blade laying on the ground. A beam of red light kind of cascades over you. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Oh boy. Do I still have the +3? Oh, perfect. Thank you. He's way ahead of me. 18?
And with that, whatever wave of magic this thing is trying to cover you in does not seem to hold true. And finally, another stock dedicated to Gladier. Gladier, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you know what? I've read that wrong. Actually, 3 is more of the same, Gladier. Unfortunately, you cannot be re-feared. So another wave of energy kind of washes over you. But essentially, no harm, no foul. You're still terrified. You're still pissing in your boots. After the Beholder proper, it is Locris. You're up.
Alright, so pissed off that he's trying to slow me down. Locris is going to take the Morning Star and try and once again scratch his cornea.
All right, yeah. Give me some attack rolls.
See, that's going to be a 26 and a 24.
Both hit for sure.
And 4, 6, 10, 22, 28.
28 total?
Yes.
All right.
And that's all piercing damage with a magical weapon, if any of that matters.
Sometimes not. Yeah, but yeah. All right. Keep that noted. Let's see. Locris, anything else?
Nope, that will end it. Just trying to do what I can.
As you attack it, yet another eye stalk glances at Locris. So go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw.
A 17.
Ooh, barely, but you pull it off. You shake the effects of, you get very tired suddenly. You kind of yawn a bit, but, groggily kind of shake the effects off. And after that, Gladier, you are up. Terrified currently. You have to get away from this creature. You don't know what it is about it, but it spells doom. It's going to take you, all your friends, and maybe your gods with it. You have to get away.
Okie dokie. So I have to spend all my movement trying to move away from what frightened me.
Correct.
All right. I think he would dart down towards Logus just because he knows that hallway is longer and it's further away.
As you flee, this creature does get an attack of opportunity.
Of course.
That comes out to a solid 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
The creature chomps at you, piercing your flesh with its like needle sharp teeth, but only doing 13 piercing damage as you flee from it.
Can I still use a reaction while I'm frightened?
Certainly.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna use burn a point from steadfast and get a resistance to piercing to the end of my next one, or start of my next one.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. As you kind of get the shield up just in time to have some of these beholder's teeth scrape across the hard exterior.
All right, so 6 damage. And then just do I make the saving throw again? See if I get it this time. Wisdom, right?
Correct.
I just have to roll a 9. Oh, thank God. The 18 on the die. So,
Soon as you get down towards the end of this hallway, you seem to shake the fear.
okay. So that's actually only like 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh, that is 30 feet of movement to get. God damn it. I was like, if I have a little bit of movement left, I can start making my way back. But nope, it's exactly 30 to the end of the hallway, which is my move.
Yeah, and it says at the end of your turn anyway, so making the saving throw
Oh,
kind of ends your turn.
yeah, no, that makes sense. Alright,
Blade, you are prone in front of this creature, and Gladier has just taken off running, and Locris seems to be all that's standing between you and certain death. What do you do?
Frightened as all get out. Blade is going to just kind of close his eyes and in hopes and to attempt this maneuver, and he's going to. I don't know if I can do this from prone, but Misty Step.
Oh, you for sure can. Where would you like to go? You've got 30 feet from your location.
Can I use it to land next to Renwick?
Yeah, that's actually 25 feet. So, yeah, with a quick, poof, like you almost bamf in and out with a bit of mist, kind of like Nightcrawler, just a quick poof, and you are across the hall.
So I could imagine him like maybe like just terrified of this thing. He teleports and he's just like on the ground, like behind it, and then he looks over and he sees Renwick, nude and having the best fucking snore of his life. Uh, I guess I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get up, and then can I use my action to try to wake Renwick?
Yeah, for sure. How do you wake him? You shake him awake? Do you caress him awake? Do you just give him a good bitch slap? Maybe a kick? How does it go?
I'm gonna. Well, I had my loot out before I did the teleport, so I'd imagine I would just take the loot and just gonna kind of be like knocking it on his head, this dragon tooth loot, and just kind of like wake the fuck up, dude.
Renwick, this is enough to get you to stir.
Oh, son of a bitch. I was having a great dream. Oh, fuck. Why'd you bring me back here?
Welcome to the nightmare, buddy. You got to do something. And I think, oh, my gosh, maybe I'm gonna try this, and this is new to me. So as far as when we did the initiative order, did we decide that what if my familiar is going to go before or after me, or does it really matter?
As long as it goes on your turn, you could do before or after. Your call.
Can I have Archie just? I feel like this is what would happen. Archie, he's going to fly in to the beholder, and um, I guess maybe use, because I think he can use the help action to attack. So maybe like whoever had the next attack would have like advantage on it. If I'm remembering
Yeah,
correctly.
you could definitely use Archie in that way to try to get him to pester a particular patch of eyes or a particular stock when somebody goes in for an attack or something. You could definitely give him the help action.
So I guess it would probably just be kind of like the center stock there, the main one,
Okay, great.
and yeah, I think that'll be it. Honestly,
All right, moving back to the top of the round, then Logos. Once again, you are up.
Lucas is gonna do the same tactic, jump into space, take his 2 attacks, and bounce out. And
Okay,
I'm gonna
you move
do.
15 feet and go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark him this time, and do the same thing. First one is a 14, 19 to hit.
That hits.
Second is a fuck. That's no, that one misses. 7 on the die.
And that one misses for sure. Flies wide. One of the eye stalks bats it away as it gets close.
So that is 13 points of damage, plus 10 for 23, and then an additional 1d6. I'm gonna have to roll it out and check. I don't have a d6 with me. 1. 4. So 27 points total from the one hit.
Well, nice. As you land another arrow keen, you for sure drill one of his many, eye stalks right in the eye, and the entire stalk just seems to go like limp. It's just like hanging there. You seem to have done a bit of damage as it screeches into the corridors surrounding, kind of vibrating the floors and walls and ceiling itself.
Holy shit, you guys see that? Aim for its eyes. If you damage the eye enough, the fucking stalk itself will die. And he'll dash back out of sight, do another what was 15 feet to move in. So he'll move like another 15, 20 feet out. I'll do 20, be safe.
Okay, for sure.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, moving on down. One of these eye stalks, kind of with not much left in the way except for good old Locris, focuses yet another beam. Locris, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
– 21.
Whatever. Wait. This beam. This is like a green sickly beam, and though you manage to dodge out of the way, it does kind of have a bit of a pop, a bit of an explosion to it, and you do not get completely out of it, but you do pass. So half of. So you take 21. What is it? Kind of damage. Hold on. Sorry. You take 21 force damage as this beam blasts into your chest.
Noted.
Alright, moving on down. Renwick, you have just been awoken. Welcome to the party.
As he stands back up and draws his rapier and his hand crossbow. Sorry, just his rapier. You faintly hear Evanescence playing in the background. And he reaches out with his left hand, and his eyes go black, and he's going to cast Hex on the beholder.
Okay, great.
And I will drop the language in chat. But essentially, it just gives me bonus damage anytime I hit you, and I'm going to give you disadvantage on strength checks while the hex is active.
Okay,
And
nice.
then I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to take a swing with my rapier.
Okay, yeah, a 5-foot step puts you between Blade and the creature, and give me an attack roll.
It's a natty 15 for a 24.
Oh, that hits.
Sick. And that's going to be sneak attack plus rapier plus hex. So that's a lot of dice. I don't think this is the most dice I've ever rolled in one hit.
I was gonna say
That is. Oh, fuck. I rolled a 6, 4 5s, and a 1. So 27 damage.
I was gonna say, due to Blade's owl giving you the help action, why don't you make sure that's not a critical hit? Go ahead and roll with advantage on the attack.
Fuck yeah. It's another 15.
Okay, for sure hits. What was that damage?
27 total. 6 of that is necrotic if it matters. From the hex.
All right, so yeah, as you blast it with your rapier, and more tendrils kind of wiggle out as a scream of pain, and several more eye stalks kind of glance your direction.
And let's see. I'm putting myself in between Blade and the creature, right?
Correct. Currently, you are between Blade and the creature.
All right, then yeah, I'm not gonna move. I wanna try to meet shield.
Very tiny meat shield. Got it. One of the eye stalks glances your way, Renwick, as you make an attack. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
17. Wait, sorry. Con saving throw 18. Natty 14.
A beam of necrotic energy kind of bursts forth from the eye, and you manage to get back away from it as best as you can, only taking half of 19 necrotic. So we'll say 9. All right, moving on down from the eye is the freaking beholder proper, and well, now he's got a plethora of targets once again. So we're gonna get a fire off a beam at Locris to begin things here. Locris, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
17 plus 4 for 21.
You shake the effects of whatever magic kind of washes over you. Blade behind one of these eye stalks kind of pops up and stares your way. Blade, go ahead and give me another dexterity saving throw. This black beam of energy shoots forth from one of the eye stalks.
Oh God! All right. Still with the +3, hopefully.
Bladier has ran away, unfortunately. You're not close enough to get his holy aura.
Son of a bitch. Okay. After I gave him a pearl of power, he runs away. And it shows 10.
Blade, you take 66 points of necrotic damage, or force damage, as this blasts into you. Wait, let me double check that. Nope, it is necrotic damage. 66 points of necrotic damage. Blade crashes into your chest in this dark, sickly black beam.
Oh, okay. Yep, that hurts.
Are you still up?
Can I pretend that I'm asleep? Can I go? Yes, I am.
Oh, perfect. Okay, just checking. After that, eye stock. Whoops, another heads out for Renwick. Renwick, you go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. That's an 8.
Unfortunately, that does not pass. So, let's see. As the unnerving ray scatters across, hitting you for 32 points of necrotic damage. And that is the Beholder's turn proper.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
I mean, you could see it coming, so I'll say yes.
Okay, so 16 damage then.
Correct. 16 necrotic damage. Alright, moving on down. That was the Beholder proper. So, Locris, you are up.
All right. Let's start with 2 more Sphinx and hope it does enough. 19 on the first one and 23 on the second.
Both hit for sure.
Let's see. It's 9 plus 12 is 21 plus 6. 27 points of piercing damage. And as a bonus action, I'm going to chug the potion of superior healing.
Okay, great. Yeah, roll that out.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. After Locris's turn, yet another eye stalk decides it wants to gaze your way, Locris. Go ahead.
Counterspell.
Oh, good move. Go ahead and roll it out. Give me an Arcana check. Just got to beat a 16.
17.
Perfect. As this eye kind of manifests some magic and you throw up a counter spell, it fizzles, and the puzzled look of the beholder kind of questions his what just happened. But essentially, you got off the hook big time.
And you see a tear roll down my eye.
After that, coming to the bottom of the round, Gladier, you are up. You see, Locris going toe to toe with this thing, chugging a potion after he's just bashing and bashing and bashing, looking worse for the wear. The beholder is starting to look a bit rough. It's bleeding in places, and it looks like the one solid eye is beginning to bruise, almost as if it's got a shiner.
Okie dokie. I think I'm just gonna go for. I think I might just go in on the fucking beholder. Just take my full movement back to get in range with it and start wailing on it again.
All right, man. Give me some attack rolls.
All right, first one is that's not great. I'm going to use my pool of water inspiration, the D6. That's a 5, so that's a 9 plus 8 is 17 to hit.
17 unfortunately just misses.
Well, shit. Second attack. That's much better. That's a 26 to hit.
That one hits.
All right. I'm going to. I'm gonna do another divine smite.
All right, pump it up.
Pick up my little spells are all I have left, so that's another 3d8. It's 9 slashing, 5, 10, 10 radiant, so 19 damage total. Bonus action. Do I have any bonus action spells? Oh wait, I do have one first level spell left. I keep forgetting this all the time. I took the Mage Initiate Cleric feat, so I can use Healing Word once a day without burning the spell slot, first level.
Oh, very nice. That might come in handy.
Yeah, so I'm going to use that as my bonus action. Yeah, I'm going to use it on Blade because I know he got really fucked up. So that's
Okay, yeah. Roll it out? What's the word?
I hate that they say healing word. Why can't it be healing words? So,
It can be words. We can plagiarize a little bit.
yeah, I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, "Get up now!" Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh, my
I
back.
I rolled a 1 on the D4, so you get 2 points of healing.
Thank you so much, my lizard friend.
I feel like because of the way you said that, you were like a televangelist, and you get up now. I heal you.
I heal you, and then just 2 points.
It's like, oh, dude, I could have taken aspirin.
It's big, yeah. It's pretty much. I just gave you an aspirin. But yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Now I'm just
So
over.
as Gladier trick shots an aspirin off the wall around this creature into Blade's mouth. Blade, you're up.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
Currently, Renwick stands between you and this creature, but Renwick is actually in active melee with it, so it's not far.
Okay. Um. Blade is just going to close his eyes and just say, "Please, just go away." And he's going to cast polymorph on it.
Oh snap! What do you need from me?
A wisdom saving throw.
I like that. I'm gonna roll that in chat. Maybe Avery will have mercy. my mini dice seem to be not taking no shit. Nah, tried. 25.
No, that does not work. Um. Okay, and I guess I'm guessing. So I am currently behind it. I think I'll take a little bit of movement. Actually, no, no. I'm gonna stay right where I am, and um,
Is
once
polymorph a touch spell or is it a ranged spell?
it's a range.
Okay, just being sure. I didn't know if you needed to take the 5-foot step to touch the creature or not.
Gosh darn it. I think I am going to give from a bonus action. I'm going to give a little bit of inspiration to. I'm going to go Locris on this.
That'll help on my next death save.
As long as it helps.
Hey, don't worry. There's one of these beams that just nullifies death saves altogether. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh God. So he'll kind of play like a, once again, kind of like a little bit of a haunting tune towards Locris and being like, look at the eye of the beholder, but please don't run. In fact, put your shoulder into it and fight this thing. I don't know. That was terrible. But um, yeah, a little bit of inspiration, and I'm going again. I guess once again, just have Archie kind of keep on top of the beholder and kind of terrorizing him in his little way that he can.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, he's kind of bobbing and weaving, pecking and clawing when and where he can.
And that'll do it.
All right, moving on back to the top of the round. Logos, you are up.
Since his hit and run tactics have worked out pretty good for him so far, he's gonna keep doing the same thing. Move till he can get some eyes on him, and then take his 2 attack.
Okay, yeah. 15 feet forward. 20 feet forward, actually, this time. 20 feet forward, and you're like right in the hall. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Same deal. Sharpshooter. First one's 16 plus 5, 21 to hit. Second one, another 16 plus 5 for 21. They both hit. First one is 12, which turns to 22 plus the d6, which I'll roll out that. So that's 24 from the first one. And let me just roll out this one d6 real quick. That's only 1 for the next one. The next one damage is 10, which turns to 20 for 21 points of damage on the second attack.
Logos, as you land a couple of more arrows, you find purchase right in the eye of the eye stalks, and both arrows land true, and 2 more of these eye stalks have just fallen limp around this creature as you find purchase.
And so Logos is gonna drop Hunter's Mark, and he's gonna bonus action Healing Word. Can he take a look around at his buddies and who's the most fucked up?
It's fair to say that everyone involved currently has taken a bit of damage.
Well, he'll just give a Healing Word to Blade then, and He get. Let me roll it out real quick. Only a first level healing word, 1d4 plus 4. You get 6 points of healing blade. And I'll just tell him fight as the healing word. And then I will move back my 20 feet out of his eyesight.
Okay, yeah. You run down, fire a couple of arrows, cast a healing word, and then make your way quickly around the corner back out of sight. After that, the one of the eye stalks ganders down once again at Gladier. Gladier, if you would be so kind, go ahead and give me a strength saving throw.
Oh man, okay. Ugh. Ooh, 22.
As this eye stalk kind of gazes at you, you feel yourself slowly kind of begin to like lift, slowly begin to like levitate, and you fight it. You know, grabbing out what you can, the walls, the floor, and you manage to hold your ground as you clunk back to the earth. Whatever spell it was did not seem to work. Moving on down, Renwick. That would be you. You're up. You might be muted there, buddy.
Oh, my bad. I think there's nothing left to do but swing. Or, well, I guess swing, shoot. Let's see. It's going to be a 24 on the rapier and 15 on the hand crossbow.
Crossbow misses, but the rapier strikes true.
Sick. Plus sneak attack and hex. Uh, 18 damage, 6 of which is necrotic if it matters.
Renwick, how do you want to do this?
Oh, I don't get to do this very often. Oh, this is fun. Let's see. All these eye stalks have been dropping from everybody's attacks. So I imagine he basically just like gets a good running leap toward this thing and like up in the air, almost like brings the rapier down and just sinks it right into like the back of the skull of this creature. And almost like rides it to the ground, essentially.
Yeah, as you know, Gladier and Chris are kind of battling from it from the front. Suddenly, a spray of like black ichor comes out of its mouth, splattering you both, and the eye rolls back in its head. And as it clambers to the ground, it is Renwick standing on top of it, with his rapier buried to the hilt in the back of this thing's skull. And you guys are currently out of combat.
And then I'll wink.
Oh, I'm glad you got that little cat nap.
So I'm feeling pretty well rested. I mean, I'm a little tired since I had to wake up and save your asses.
Yeah, well, somebody had to get the action started.
Well, I appreciate it for sure. And he'll climb down and check on everybody. Wow. That was terrifying.
I think we get a long sleep now.
And Glitter just falls down onto his back and just lays there. Yeah, no. Sleep now, please. Oh fuck. Blade, are you okay? You got fucked up.
Oh, I've been I've been better. And he just kind of lays like he's almost making a snow angel, just open faced, lute in one hand.
Logus like doesn't know it's dead because he's been running around the corner, so he'll still kind of like have his bow out. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. I didn't, I've heard stories about those things, but they weren't too bad. And he kind of like looks at himself and sees that he's like unscathed through the whole battle. How's everyone feeling? And he'll finally like take in the scene and see Blade all fucked up and Gladiator and everyone. Oh, oh God, yeah, I see y'all didn't fare as well as I did.
Renwick's actually not. He didn't take very much damage, so I think like he looks over at you and he's like, just kind of shrugs.
No,
Um,
that you want to catch the eye of a hot woman. You don't want to catch this thing's eyes. It doesn't feel very good.
No, not good at all. Very scary. I don't like it.
Logus will walk up to Gladiator and just hand him a one berry for 1 HP, but he feels full. There you go, my friend. Maybe this will help.
Ugh. You know what?
well,
Yeah.
Guys, I may think that we should go. I think we've fucked up by opening that door and leaving it open. We didn't know what was in there or what was coming out, and I think this thing came out from that door. We may want to go close it at the very least if we're trying to take a nap.
well, I think that door that we opened led to another hallway. I think this was the Beholder's room. I mean, the Egg of Doom inside the temple. You've got all this treasure. I think that we just set up camp in its bedroom.
Well,
I
that
just
other
figured
door had
the
a
door with eyes. Yes, yes, Gladiator.
yeah, yeah, it had
Mm.
an eye on it. And there's a lot of eyes here. I mean, not so much anymore because
Oh, that's a fair point. I didn't think about the eyes.
yeah. So I think Logus is on. So I think that might have been its little hiding spot, and we probably just left the door unlocked for it to leave. So maybe we can just take a quick little, just little nap. It's you know,
I'm
especially
pretty sure that we'll be fine to take a long rest here. I can take first watch, let Logus get some rest, and then after he gets his 4 hours, I'll start resting. We can take 12 total. Everybody get back, get situated.
Glader's gonna heave himself up off the floor and just kind of very like when you're like half asleep and like woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you're just kind of like stumbling forward. He just kind of like stumbles forward like that, walks over to Blade and just like gingerly picks him up like fireman carry and just takes him over to the couch that he dragged to the center that he was sleeping on and just lays him down on the couch. Blake, you've earned the couch. You can take that. Get some rest. And then he just collapses back on the ground next to Blade.
Thank you, my friend. And Archie will kind of land on top of the couch and just kind of survey the area, protecting or thinking he's protecting Gladiator and Blade.
Okay, yeah. As you guys kind of bed down for the night, is there anything else you need to do before catching your long rest?
I'd imagine that Logus and I probably would have tried to carve this thing up because I'm sure the beholder parts probably fetch a pretty penny.
Okay, let's say, give me, what did we do last time? A survival check?
I believe so. I did. I specifically I wanted to stab it through the eye, but I specifically went through the back of the head because I didn't want to mess up the eye in case we could harvest it. So I was just gotta at least take our shot there. Logus, do you want me to give you advantage, or do you want to do separate rolls?
Well, I have a +7 to my survival,
You should definitely roll it twice.
and I rolled a 2 and a 9. So my highest was 16.
With a 16, you could suffice that there are probably a couple of eyeballs on these stalks that you could remove. You're not 100% about the big eye. You could attempt it, but you're not sure how to remove it proper. But yeah, aside from that, aside from maybe one of the smaller eyes or the large orb itself, you could potentially harvest a bit of its blood. It is kind of bleeding out, but aside from that, there's not a whole lot left. As you kind of are doing this survival check, gauging the creature, go ahead and give me an investigation check as well there, Logos.
My investigation is shit. I rolled a 7+1 for an 8.
Okay, yeah, you just what I told you.
Well, then I will for sure take what I can, and then I would attempt to work on the big eye. Maybe take a couple eyeballs, some of the blood, and then attempt to work on the eye.
Yeah, I've got 2 empty water skins that I'll just fill up with beholder blood.
Okay, 2 water skins of beholder blood, and we'll say, Logos, you're able to pull off 4 of the smaller eyes. Go ahead and give me another survival check to try to remove the large eye intact.
And I will continue to aid him since we were already carving it up together.
For sure, make it with advantage.
Wow, I rolled a 17 and an 18 for 25.
Well, as you're kind of trying to harvest this large eye, as you're kind of going through it, it seems like it's mostly like a kind of a viscous membrane. And as you're trying to harvest the eye, you realize that it's very probable that the lens in and of itself is the the valued spell component here. So being surgically precise, you do remove this thing's retina, and it is a very like solid, like metallic, like substance or material. It's almost like having a giant metal disc in your hand. It's a bit concave, kind of like a lens. So yeah, add a big beholder eye and 4 small beholder eyes to your guys' inventory, as well as a couple of water skins full of beholder blood.
You're mapping that right, Renwick, so I don't gotta put it in my D&D Beyond.
Yeah, dude, I got you. So 4 lesser eyes, 1 greater eye, 2 water skins filled with beholder blood.
All right, as you guys kind of spend the next half hour or so kind of chopping up this beastie, is there anything anybody else needs to do real quick?
Claire's already asleep.
Same with Blade.
Yeah, so it's a little Chris.
All right, and so I guess Renwick, Logos, you guys have a particular like betting order or something? Where do you guys lay your head for the night?
I'm going to take the first 4 hours on watch and let Logus sleep. And then when he gets up, everybody should be 4 hours deep. I will start and then he can cover the watch while I sleep so that everybody gets a long rest. So it should be 12 hours total, I believe. Unless there's a way that we can do that shorter, but I don't believe so.
Okay, so as you everybody kind of beds down for the night and you take first watch, Renwick, go ahead and give me a perception check.
23.
With a 23, you're kind of just looking out over the party and watching a lot of them sleep, kind of invigorated from the battle, and but you do notice, ever so briefly, it looks like the visage of a spirit. It's very ethereal blue. Come from not in the room that you're currently in, but as you're kind of looking down the room over this carcass of the beholder that you and Logos kind of just butchered up. It looks to be an ethereal blue person of some kind, walking. It looks like they pass through one stone wall out into the hallway and then continue walking into another and disappear from sight.
Was it humanoid? Did I notice any features, or was it just kind of like a blue silhouette?
A blue silhouette.
Okay, and based on where we've been, did I notice like what walls what room it would have been coming from or going to, based on the walls it passed through?
From where you guys kind of set up camp prior, you're kind of in the T section of this hallway. You guys are kind of in this like treasure room proper. The hallway that the beholder came down, it looks like she just crossed it. Walked out of one wall and into another. You're not sure where she's going or where she came from. Looked like solid stone.
Interesting. How far away was that from me?
Let's see here. We'll say the party is all kind of in the treasure room, so 5, 10, 15, about 30 feet or so away.
All right. I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled. I don't want to get myself caught out, and everybody needs to rest, or we're all gonna die. As much as I want to go inspect those walls, I'm gonna wait until Locust wakes up.
Okay, great. And as such, Renwick, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Interesting. Nat 1, but halfling. Come on, for the love of God. Nope, that's an 11.
Okay, 11. And with an 11, let's see here. So, back to the party. Logos, after about 4 hours, you finish your meditation and you wake up and you look about. And everything seems in order, but one thing is missing. Renwick is no longer in the room.
Ah, shit, Captain. He's gonna say out in like a loud whisper. Try to call out for Renwick.
All you get is a bit of a dusty echo back.
I'm gonna equip my shield, and the Sentinel shield, and so I'm gonna have advantage on perception. It also grants +5 to my passive. So right now my passive perception is 25. Um, and I'm gonna look around to see if I see anything, and also if I can track where, like footprints wise, where he might have gone.
Okay, so you're gonna have to pick one or the other at least first. So do you want a perception check to look around, or do you want a
I'll
survival
yeah,
check to track Renwick?
I'll do perception first.
Okay, great.
I rolled two 14s for a total of 24.
As far as you can tell, there does not seem to be anything amiss in or around the room.
All right, I will see if I can determine where he went.
Okay, give me a survival check to kind of try to track
That's a
footprints through the dust.
that's a dirty 20.
You do pick up some halfling prints that don't seem to match where you and your party have been. You don't follow it far, maybe down the hallway a little bit, but you are certain that Renwick left the room on his own accord.
Is it far from where I'm at, or can I kind of see where he went? Like, do I have to go out into the main halls, or is it somewhere?
It looks like Renwick's footprints lead out of the safety of this treasure room, down the hall, and back to the main corridor.
Logus is kind of torn because I know everyone's kind of fucked up and they need their rest. I'm gonna follow the footprints a little bit and turn the lantern back on and look out in the hallways. Maybe, maybe he needed a little room or something. No, I know he's not stupid, but he's trying to think of like best case right now before he starts sounding alarms.
All right, you kind of stalk these footprints and you stalk them for a while. You stalk them back down the hallway, back through this weird invisible mechanical trap. You sidestep, a couple of other traps and things. You pass the doors that were once on the left. You follow Renwick's footprints around the corner, and you have officially tracked him back to the front door, and it appears that Renwick's footprints go down the corridor you guys have yet to explore.
Okay. Um, how long into the rest have they gone now? Oh, only 4 hours, right?
I mean, you moved pretty swiftly while tracking Renwick, so it's like, it's barely 4 hours. Little more than that.
Yeah, Logus is gonna, yeah, he's gonna huff it back to the group at this point, seeing that it leads to somewhere he doesn't know, and you know, he doesn't want to risk something happening to either him or the cat. He's gonna run back to the party as fast as he can.
Okay, yeah, you book it back down these long, dark corridors, being careful not to set off any more traps. And yeah, you rush into the treasure room where the party is currently sleeping.
And I'll have the lantern on and Blade, dear Locust, Blade, get up now. The captain's gone. Renwick's gone. I've tracked him down the hallway, and he's gone down the main hallway that we haven't gone down. I tried to find him. I know y'all needed rest, but he's gone. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I
Would
think
it be
Blade.
approximately dawn for the day, like with everything going on?
I would say probably right. If you started at midnight, you guys are probably now, with your two attempts at long rests, you're probably like 9 hours in to this situation, so it's probably technically like early morning.
Upon waking up, Locris would use his ring to see if he could contact Renwick.
Oh, there's a
Hey,
lot.
Renwick, you hear me?
You get no response.
I
So
don't
I'm
know.
unconscious. Fuck. Like, I guess, would I have known what happened, or was it just like all of a sudden I went blank? Or I
Uh,
guess you could just message me if you don't want to tell the party.
yeah, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you a PM here in just a sec, there, Renwick. So, what do you guys decide to do at this point?
Um. Okay, so we don't fulfill a full rest. Would we have been able to at least between two half, like two interrupted full rests? Could we like maybe take the benefits of a short rest?
Yeah, you for sure got a short rest in, but unfortunately, not quite a long rest. Logos did effectively get a long rest, but he is currently the only member of the party to do so.
Yeah. Okay.
We should be
Well,
a party of elves next time because that's just legit.
everyone just pick fucking L's. Yeah. No. Okay. No, I think Glader would kind of, regardless of him feeling like shit, and kind of tapped at this point, he would still just kind of shoot up and just gather his things and just walk up to Logus. All right, where'd his footsteps leave off to? To the main hallway, the center one that we haven't looked down yet.
I'm first of all, I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all needed this, but I tried to follow him, but it became too risky. Yeah, I followed him all the way back to the main hallway, and his footprints are clear down that hallway.
Well, let's go in case he's dying instead of talking, and we could talk on the way.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
As
do the right
in
thing.
when I was looking at for Renwick's footprints, did I see anything else? Like even as I'm looking around now, like does it look like there's two sets of footprints? Like someone walked with him? Is it the only one? Is there anything else?
As far as you could tell, I mean, you're kind of recount your guys' movements throughout the hall, and it looks to the only footprints that look to be in the dirt, in the dust that has settled is yours and your party's. But it doesn't look like there is anything else.
Okay. Glader's gonna burn that pearl of power for the day, his one charge for the day, and get back a second level spell slot. All right, so why don't we at least get down to that hallway? If we see multiple doors and we can't find his trail, I can cast a spell that'll help me locate him. I mean, I know can't locate him in general, but I can locate something that he owns. I mean, I'm quite familiar with his possessions. I can find his rapier at least, and safe to say that his rapier is probably going to still be on him. So, worst case scenario, I can cast that, and we can
You know
probably
what,
find.
Glader? You're right. I forgot. Logus will for sure cast locate object on Renwick's rapiers, so we don't have to follow his footsteps. Don't know exactly where he's.
Yeah, well, at least know where his rapier is at. Hopefully, it's still on him.
As you kind of cast this locate object on Renwick, Logos, you get a ping. You do kind of sense where he is, and he is deep underground, far below you guys.
It'll be within 1,000 feet. So if he's not within 1,000 feet, I don't get it.
Oh, he's within 1,000 feet, but he's pushing it. Probably 700-800 feet from your location, but straight down.
And I think with this one, let me check. I think I could tell if it's moving away from me. Yeah, if the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. So if he's moving, I would know, or if he's stationary, I would know.
Or the
Currently,
rate.
he is stationary.
All right, load this one. All right, I got a ping. I know exactly where he's at. Let's go. And I'll start following, leading down the path where he went. And also, I'm still going to kind of track his footprints since we know if there were traps, he probably would have avoided them. So, just so we can kind of hurry and catch up to him, I'll kind of try to trace his steps.
Okay, yeah. So the party kind of rouses then and heads back to the entrance. And, there is that one corridor to make your way down. And Logos, as you're kind of looking out for traps and things, following these footprints from Renwick, you notice not far down this hallway, there seems to be a large gap in the floor. Something that you maybe didn't notice before. But yeah, at about 40 or 50 feet down this central hallway, there is a 10-foot gap in the floor. And as you look down into this pit, into this hole, it's about 10 feet deep. And about 10 feet down, it looks to be a green, bubbling, viscous, foul, kind of sulfur-smelling liquid. And you see Renwick's footprints walk right up to the edge. And from there, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay, I still have my shield on right now since I'm not in combat, and I do have a passive of 25 and advantage. So the first one is a 26, and the second is a 24. So 26.
So you can tell, it's about a 10-foot gap. It looks like this is a pit of acid. The floor seems to have given way. And, but you do notice from where you stand, on the other side of this pit of acid, are the pitter patter of halfling footprints continuing down the dark corridor.
Okay, so the captain for sure made this jump, and Logos will just, without even thinking, take the 10-foot jump.
Okay, yeah. Give me an acrobatics check.
19 plus 5, 24 total.
Easily done. It's a really low DC. No ones on this. You guys won't die. You make the.
So this
Well,
is
just to be, is there a, because I know Gladier's a big boy, is there anywhere that I can tie some rope to just and throw it across, like maybe a pillar or something on the other side?
As far as you can tell, it's just a long, dark hallway. There's not a whole lot. You could tie it to yourself, maybe.
I can jump pretty far
All right.
because I think it's strength for jumping.
I'd allow an athletics or an acrobatics, dexterity check, whichever.
Yeah. I'm pretty good on. If it's athletics, then I'm good. If it's acrobatics, then I might need some help.
You
Well,
could do a good
can I
running
kind of
jump.
like, can I like stand by like the edge just in case and like ready in case to grab out for someone just in case, like just be on the side and like kind of ready to catch somebody if they do fail.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So just for map making purposes, Wader's going to take a quick look around the hallway just to make sure he gets the dimensions right. So this is down the center hallway. A little ways into that center hallway, we see a 10-foot pool of acid, and then it just continues on for unseeable amount of time.
Yeah, currently, about we'll call it 50 feet down this hallway. It looks like some of the floor tiles have given out. About 10 feet of floor is actually acid pit, and then yeah, on the other side of that, it looks like the hallway continues down for some time.
All right. So yeah, I guess Glider would go next. Athletics for sure. That fell off the table. That is 26.
You fly over it with no problem.
Chris would go next.
Okay, athletics or acrobatics? Go ahead.
Ooh. 15. Acrobatics.
I'm sorry, what was it?
15.
Oh yeah, you spring across like a gazelle, no problems.
All right, come on, Blade.
Muted there, bud.
Oh no, did we lose Mr. Silverstring?
Oh no, they've gotten Blade too.
He might be dealing with a wee one or something.
Yeah, this kid might have woke up and distracted him.
I think
Could
Sean
be.
sent him a PM. They
Yeah,
don't
I
respect
texted him.
you've been paralyzed.
Rock fall, everybody, guys.
Turns out the acid gap was 20 feet. You all fall.
Does somebody want to just lasso him and pull him across while we wait?
Could I retroactively jump across with Blade in my arms?
Give me a strength check, yeah.
Throw him across, and I'll try to catch him.
Well, that's still good. That's a 18.
Oh yeah, you can football carry Blade and bounce
Yeah.
over this pool of acid easily enough.
All right.
So, as you guys kind of make your way to the other side of this pit of acid, this long, dark corridor continues on. Go ahead and give me, everybody, perception checks.
Natural 20.
Or what, like a 21?
Yes. Wait, no, 23. I
20,
think into 3.
22
I got
for
a
Locris.
24 for Logus.
Damn, you guys are pretty observant. So yeah, as you guys kind of make your way down this long, dark corridor, something kind of catches your guys' eye. It's subtle at first, but you realize before you get too close, you give it a 30, 40 feet worth of a distance, but it seems that a large portion of this hallway in front of you is no longer stone. It looks to be covered in reflective surfaces like mirrors and things. But yeah, far about 40 feet down this hallway, it looks to be a series of mirrors on the ceilings, the walls, the floor, etc.
And I still got the ping that he's for sure down that way.
You're heading in the right direction, yeah.
Okay, Renwick is still for sure this way. Let's keep on moving, and Logus will kind of cautiously step up to the mirror area and try to gauge what the heck this is.
yeah, as you kind of make your way kind of towards this mirror area, you kind of want to go ahead and give me like an investigation check or a perception check. Would you rather look on, or do you want to be more hands on about it?
If I had to choose between the two, I will 100% take perception because my investigation is shit.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
23 would be the highest.
You get an eerie sense from these mirrors. They are setting off kind of like a negative, a dark, like magic sort of vibe. And you do notice in the dust the pitter patter of halfling footprints seems to walk right over, some of the, even though the mirrors are on the floor, you can tell, how Renwick's footprints just kind of casually walk right across them.
Definitely getting a weird, bad vibe from these things, but and then he'll kind of point out the footprints and Captain for sure walked across these mirrors, so they should be at least somewhat safe to step on.
Now that Logus has kind of pointed it out, can we tell like for some, is it like every surface of this hallway at this point is covered in like a mirror-ish type thing?
Correct. The many stone tiles have been replaced by large reflective mirrors. Ceiling, walls, and floor for about 30 feet in this hall.
Okay. Well, that was my next question. If we could see how far, so that answers that. All right. So, I mean, if Renwick walked across it, I mean, I guess that doesn't really tell us if it's safe because he wouldn't leave us on his own volition. So something probably let him pass. I'm sure if we try and cross this, something's gonna happen.
Well, we can send Blade first. Say nothing if you're cool with that, Blade.
All right, yeah, I'll just fucking grab him by like his belt in like the scuff of his neck and just toss him down the hallway.
No,
We should
no,
get
I think we need to stand here until Blade chimes in. What do you want to do, buddy?
Crickets.
Does anyone know that Blade's been acting awfully weird since Renwick's gone missing?
I
Oh,
think he's
you're the one
pretty-
who's usually the ass kisser.
Just because Renwick and I have a budding bromance doesn't make me an ass kisser. That's my little buddy, man.
But your ass kissing makes you an ass kisser. Just saying.
Sounds like I have a couple of jelly bellies here. And Logos would just step out onto the mirror.
Okay, as you step out onto the mirror, Logos, nothing seems to happen at first. It's just a mirror. You look down at yourself, looking at you, to your left and right, also gazing into your own reflection above you as well. And as you kind of begin to make your way down this little section of this hallway, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oof, that is a 3 plus 4 for a 7.
Oh no. Okay, so as you're kind of walking down this hall of mirrors, if you will, you see, lots of mirror images of yourself. But eventually, as you kind of get towards the end, one of these images shifts slightly, and you're like, "What?" And you kind of look, and it an image of yourself, but it smiles at you, and then before your very eyes, it pulls one of your swords off of your own belt, still smiling at you, gazing into your eyes, and it then drives the sword deep into its own chest. And a burst of blood just kind of erupts from your chest there, Logos. And give me a sec. And with that, you take 29 points of psychic damage as this thing kind of mutilates itself. And as you kind of look to your wound and then look back to the mirror, you no longer see your reflection at all. It is a reflective surface, but you don't seem to be there anymore.
And
Do we see?
Yeah, I was about to ask, did the others see the reflection, or was that just me?
The onlookers kind of looking on, you see Logos get to the very end of this like 30-foot section and kind of casually glance, almost fondly, at the mirror at the very end. And then you see him be struck something somehow somewhere. You see just a slice of blood cut through the air, and he kind of gasps and stumbles in pain.
Did y'all see that? There was a reflection of me that stabbed itself, and then I felt the pain.
What? Yeah.
Some weird shit going on. Well, do you see it anymore?
Do I still see it?
You don't see your reflection at all. It is as if you are invisible. You do not seem to reflect off of any of the surfaces nearby.
Well, get to the other side and see if anything happens. And then we'll follow right behind you.
No, I don't see it anywhere. And then Logus will kind of like freak out and kind of just like look around the room, see if he sees anything, any other reflections before he keeps moving.
As you look around, up, down, left, and right, seems to be no reflection of you, but that's all you get.
Should we just, I don't know, break the glass? Or do you think that'll just make it work?
Won't know until you try.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck it. I'll go next. Glitter's gonna walk up to the mirrored section, not step into it yet, but kind of take out his sword, and then just like kind of like the closest mirrored tile on the floor. You just kind of drop the sword down, like the point into it a little bit, just to like enough force to crack it, and see what happens.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh, 14.
You managed to put a good chip in this glass with a 14, but even applying a good bit of pressure behind it, it seems to be pretty sturdy make.
Well, fuck it. I guess that didn't work. Well, I mean, if we're all gonna take turns going down this hallway, might as well all go together. I can give you guys a little bit extra protection versus outside forces trying to attack your whatever. So if you guys huddle up with me and we all just go together, we might stand a better chance.
Yeah, let's at least try that.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right.
As you guys kind of huddle up together and make your way down this mirrored section of hall. Everybody go ahead and give me wisdom saves.
You can add a +3. Does anyone know Blade's wisdom save?
Oh, 22 for Locris.
Locris.
If it'll help, Blade, I rolled another d20 and got a 16 plus 3, so whatever his modifier would be.
Okay.
The dirty 20 for Glader.
All three of you managed to make it across this this mirrored section of hall unscathed. You do not see anything but your own reflections as you make it through this little area and past this mirrored hall.
I get to the other side, Lucas is going to look at Lucas. You know, for the one of us who actually got the rest, you're seeing shit.
All right, well, can you, do you still have eyes on his tracks, or your locate object still working? Logos? Oh god, did we lose another one?
Sorry. Yeah. No, it should still be up. And I'll kind of like try to lead the way, and then kind of like try to avert my eyes from the mirrors now that I know that there's something weird happening. Kind of like look where he's going, but kind of like always moving his eyes around, trying to see if he can see where it's coming from, and try to avoid it.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you guys kind of make your way down this hall. Logos.
That's a 17 total.
Okay, as you kind of make your way down this hall a bit further, you do notice a couple of more kind of doorways on the left. As you kind of creep forward, you notice a large, familiar stone door. This one with a corked vial etched into it. On top of that, it looks like there are 4 dials expertly laid upon the door. Each dial displays a letter and a letter of the alphabet. All 4 dials are currently set to the letter A. And next to this door is an archway. And peeking in this archway, it is a very small room. Only about 5 feet in, and there is a stone spiral staircase leading downward.
Well, we do know that the captain is below us. Safe bet would be those stone steps.
On top of that, the corridor you're in also, continues straight down into the darkness.
But we know that Renwick is below us, right?
Correct. Your ping is coming from down.
You said the first stone door on our left was a corked vial, was the symbol?
Yes, there's a corked vial etched into the stone door, and it is next to an archway. And just on the other side of this archway appears to be a stone spiral staircase leading downward.
Well, guess we got to decide. I mean, like you said, your little magic ping sending us downward. I guess we go down.
Yeah, we'll see if we can
Yeah.
find wherever this code is. Maybe it's down there, but we ain't got time to play with it right now.
No, Renwick is priority. What do you think, Blade? Stoic as ever, my friend. I love it. He'll start heading down the stairs.
Yeah, you guys make your way down these stone stairs, and then they kind of end in what appears to be a familiar kind of stone corridor, but only 15, 20 feet out from this stairwell, you guys see an archway, and from the other side of this archway, there is a bright glow kind of shining in to this dark corridor you guys are in. How do you proceed from here?
Do I hear or see anything coming from the glow?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
$25.
It is torchlight for sure. You can smell the flame and hear the crackle.
That's the first torch we've seen, isn't it? This whole thing's been dark. That might be the captain's torch. Or what do you think?
There's only one real way to find out.
All right. And between us and the torch, do I see? Is there like, do I see anything? I probably would have turned off the lantern while I slept. I probably like maybe have like an hour or two of the lantern. I only had 6 hours. I might be out actually. Is if I had it, I would have. I don't know because I had only one. I don't have any extra oil, and it's only 6 hours. They're burning. Would you
Okay,
say I
yeah.
have ran out by now?
I'll say you'll have maybe like an hour's worth of oil left.
Okay. I'll have the lantern up and walk down towards the torch.
Okay, yeah. As you kind of enter this little archway, it looks like you're entering a well lit room. On the other side of this archway, the floor goes from stone to wood, and there are benches, wooden benches, on either side of what appear to be like this aisle that you're walking down. As you kind of look around this wooden floor, wooden benches, there's a bit of a wooden railing not far off, and this on the other side of this wooden railing looks to be a massive sand pit. So you've just kind of walked into this a particular room, and the ceiling is large and dome shaped, and there are many torches all around the room that are lighting up this massive sand pit in the center. And as this, you can hear the crackle of the torches. This massive sand pit on the other side of it, roughly, you're looking at probably 5, maybe 600 feet. On the other side of this sand pit looks to be something similar to what you are standing on. A small wooden platform with a wooden railing, several wooden benches, and an archway in the wall on the opposite door. You do notice in this particular area, as you guys enter, Renwick sits with a blank stare alone on one of these benches, looking out over the sand.
Well, I think
Logus, Captain, can you hear us? try to call out to Renwick.
Renwick does not respond. He's just in a daze, looking out over the sand.
And do I see anything else in here other than Renwick standing there?
There's a couple of benches. There's like this, wooden railing. There's this large domed, what appears to be like arena filled with sand, and far on the other side seems to be a platform similar to what you guys are on. But aside from that, the room does appear to be empty.
I'm going to cast a spell magic on Renwick. 4th level.
As you do, a blue ethereal spirit of a woman is kind of forced from Renwick's mortal coil, and she wails and howls about the situation, but immediately fades and falls into the floor. Renwick, you are now yourself.
Imagine
Hey,
he like snaps into it and it's just like, oh, what? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck. And just like slowly taking in the room and then sees you guys on the other side and he's like, how the fuck did I get over here?
well, instead of going inside a woman, you decided to let her inside of you.
Well, I have been experimenting lately, but that's definitely a new one.
Yeah. Apparently, while watching, you became possessed. And for some damned reason, she brought you down here, and that's all we know.
Do I see any indication of a way to get across or like any levers or anything that might raise platforms or anything?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
It's a 10.
You find a single copper coin underneath one of the benches, but that's it.
He'll pick up the copper coin and just chuck it out into the sand to see if anything happens.
As you whip it out into the sand, nothing happens for a time, but eventually a small disc, of sand, forms around the coin, and the disc slowly glides the coin back to the wooden structure you guys are sitting on, and drops it upon it. And as the coin kind of clangs against the wood, the sand dissipates back into itself.
Fetch with the sand now.
Well, that feels a little ominous. Uh, can I also? You said there's another archway on the side that I'm on, right?
There is an archway your friends have kind of come through that leads to a stairwell, spiral staircase leading upward. But the other archway looks to be across this sand pit. You're looking at about 500 feet between of sand between you and the platform similar to the one you guys are on across the way.
Okay, but like on the platform that I'm on, there's nowhere else to go. Like I'm just on an island essentially.
Yeah, it's not even so much an island in the sense that it's like isolated. It's just that the typical stone floor has now been made of wood. It has transitioned materials, and it's more just like the floor and walls in this current little area seem to be made of some kind of wood rather than stone, from what you're used to. And the entire room, aside from this little wooden platform you guys are on, is also made of stone, except for across the sand pit. There is another wooden platform with what appears to be a wooden railing and some wooden benches.
don't like this, but I've got to get back across to you guys.
Step on the sand, see if it carries you like it did the
Oh,
coin.
you guys are both on the same side currently. You're not. You guys are not separated by this vast chasm of sand.
Oh, I thought you were saying that like I woke up on the other side of the pit. So there's an archway on the other side of the pit that we would like to potentially get to.
Correct. You and your friends
Okay,
are on
all
one
right.
side.
Okay, cool. In that case, I don't know if you'll allow me to do this, but I think it would be funny if if it worked. I have Tentacle of the Deep where I can summon a 10-foot long ethereal tentacle within 60 feet of me, and then every turn I can move it 30 feet. Is there any way that you would allow me to basically use an ethereal tentacle to just like carry myself across the sand?
You can sure try.
I'm not even sure how I would go about that or if it's possible, but it was just a funny thought, and I feel like out of the box is a good way to go here.
So, with the sand kind of before you and the creak of this wood you guys kind of stand on, and this the only lit room you guys have discovered so far, what is the plan from here?
Well, do we want to send something out on the sanity? What happens to it if it's alive before we take a step?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Don't you happen to have a staff that's got a python?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I say we let your friend there go out on the sand and see what happens.
That's what I was asking. So I'll take the staff and throw it in front of me, giving the command word of Monty Python and Infernal. And it stretches out into a giant constrictor snake. And so I'll mentally command it to go out onto the sand about 15 feet.
Okay, yeah, and as it does so, I don't suppose you have stats for that beast, do you?
I do.
Awesome. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
16.
With a 16, lots of things happen kind of all at once. It seems like the snake slithers and begins making good timing, but you can see visible like vibrations in the sand, and as the snake makes its way, a metal spike just erupts from the sand, swing, and then another swing, and then another swing, and as they come up and form a spike. As quickly as they appear, they collapse back into the sand form that they were prior. But this snake seems to be narrowly dodging these large metal spikes that seem to just be erupting in different places, trying to catch this snake. And as it moves, about 15 feet out, the spikes do not stop. What do you do from here? They continue to
I
form.
tell it to come back.
It narrowly dodges a few spikes on its way back.
Okay, so apparently walking on this thing is a good way to become a shish kebab.
Well, we got to get
Now,
across, and I don't think everybody got rested, so we need to make sure everybody's healed up, give ourselves any boons that we can, and I suppose the only way through is forward. I think we've kind of covered every other area of the temple, so
Yeah.
We need to sleep, but seems like every time we go to sleep, something more fucked up happens.
yeah, something tells me sleeping next to the giant sand pit's not going to behoove us. Unless Blade can give us one of the magic huts again. Now that there's no beholder, we might actually have a shot at that, but unfortunately he's given us the silent treatment. So perhaps this is where we call it for the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably a good stopping point for the night, fellas, as you kind of eerily look on to this giant sand pit in front of you.
Yeah, I think maybe we take a beat here and just chill for a little bit and try and figure out a plan.
Oh, we saw Renwick sitting on a bench looking at sand. Did we see anything else?
Renwick also found a
Or is
copper
that going to
coin.
be a roll?
Aside from you kind of dispelling what you accurately assumed was a spirit, you can't really gauge anything else in the room.
Alright, then when we start up, we could take a look for any clues, see if there's a picture or lever or switch or all that crap.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Boy, I'll tell you what, I got unlucky as heck with the. I was just rolling the d10 to determine what beam would come out of that beholder, and I got multiple of you guys. I got with the same beam back to back to back to back. You know, so it's like I think I got Blade with a couple sleep rays back to back, so that didn't do no good. And then I got Gladier with a couple fear rays, but it doesn't take
Yeah.
except for the first one. You know.
I never got lucky with the sleep ray or fear ray. I kept getting the fucking, oh yeah, here's damage.
I know. I got you a couple of times. That your counter spell was clutch because that was the one time I fired off the death ray. Was the one time you counter spelled it.
Yeah, of course it would be.
No, I got Blade with one, but that's why I asked if he went down because if you get reduced to 0 hit points, you don't get saving throws with that spell. You just die.
I think he said
No,
you
your
took him
D10
down
was going to
to.
kill me.
I think
Three.
he said he went down to 3 or something like that. Yeah,
So close.
we were 3 HP away from losing Blade.
Jesus. That was scary.
Pretty good for you guys' first beholder, though. You guys handled that pretty well. I knew I was gonna jumble up that cone eventually. Good call on the pointing it out low, Chris. Or I would have totally spaced that.
I was just trying to save myself.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
I just hit and ran the whole time. Yeah, the eyes never had a chance to see me. They just disappear around the corner.
Right? They
Yeah.
had so many opportunities. It was a target-rich environment. I didn't necessarily need you, I guess.
Well, I'm proud of us for taking down our first beholder. That's kind of like a rite of passage, or a major rite of passage in D&D. So
Yeah.
Sean's hitting all the milestones. It's a dragon, Death Knights, Beholder. Only a matter of time before we face a Lich. What else?
Stop talking.
Clade's gonorrhea or Blade's gonorrhea. You know.
What is that? A great worm, the biggest dragon there is, or something like that. They're basically gods, something like that. Gods themselves.
we avoided owlbears, but that was there.
I know we're fighting Death Knights, but owl bears are the question.
Well, to be fair, we were very low level when the owlbear was an option. We decided a green dragon just sounded more fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't an owl bear and her cubs or some shit like that?
That's like horny owlbears or some crap.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, as always, it was a great time. Keep in touch. We'll do this again next week. See if we can't finish Renwick's arc off here in the next session or two.
Can't believe we're so close to the end.
Are we
Still-
though?
We're probably not, let's be honest.
Well, pleasure.
I mean,
as
we'll get
always,
the all
fellas.
caster, go back to town, do a shopping episode.
Right? It'll take like 3 to 5 more episodes just to get you guys out of the Alliance Islands.
Buy a
Yeah.
new boat.
Well, that's funny. All right, fellas, I'm out of here. Take it easy. See you guys next week.
Night,
Hey,
guys.
There it is.